Hello, hello, hello. Go Esther, go Esther. Hey fam, and we are back. hmm Back like we never left. Back like we never left. Forgive me, I am just so super excited. Welcome back, everybody. Tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends to come here. This is where we are feasting tonight. Welcome. My name is Esther Sholari, and I am super excited that we are having the part 2 of the friendship conference. It's actually the Girl Code conference, and our topic is navigating female friendships. I don't know about you. Hi, you. Oh my God. So earlier today, we had a 3 hour long session with Mobola. Sorry, not Mobolaji. It's your name that is confusing me. With Olateju Isaac Ekeri. Ekeri. And it was light, honestly. If you missed it, I recommend that you go and watch it. Yes, once we are done with this evening's own, go back to the first session and watch it. We talked about so many things, and it was just a very beautiful experience. This evening again, we are continuing the conversation, and it promises to be another dimension of light. This person I am bringing on board is someone that has been my friend for how many years now? I'll ask her. 3, 4, 5. More like 5 years or so. Yeah, I think 2018, 2023. And like 5 years. We don't do 5 years. So she is my best girl. She was my best lady. We have a very funny history. Like the way we met, the way she became my best lady, our post best lady experience. And now here we are having this conversation. So welcome everybody. I see it. Your notepad and pen are ready. Take your flowers. By the way, BC, I talked about you in the first episode. Go and watch it. Go and watch it. I am you small, so go and watch it. Okay, fam. So I'm going to be bringing on board Ewaoluwa Eni-Odunjo. Hey, come on, hey, go baby. Ojú yín dà. Mo fẹ́ sọ pé,
Can you hear me?
excuse
Can you
ma,
see me?
come back, ma. Okay, I think
Can you
your
hear me?
camera
Can
is
you see
trying to
me?
balance up a little. I can hear you. I would appreciate
Okay.
if you speak up a little more, though, but I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Are,
Woo!
are we good to go?
Welcome, Ewa. Before we move on, what would you like to have under your name?
Thank you.
Shaking Salt Certified Marriage, Shaking Salt Certified Relationship Coach and Marriage Counselor, Abi, Chief Founder, Executive Speaker, Kill FM. No, Kill FM. This is a global platform. Amen. Tell me. Let me quickly write it.
All right. You
What
can
would you like
put
to have under your name?
certified marriage counselor or just marriage counselor
Certified
will
Marriage
be good.
Counselor.
Thanks.
Just no, ma. I can't just write just my hello, ma. We went to school. You know,
Okay, ma.
no.
I did.
You
I
know, in
actually
this
did. I
see,
went for this.
in this day and age, sis, we really have to start defining things, especially in this age of Twitter, where they've packed all of us together, and you just looked as if we didn't even go to school. We know how much we spent to learn these things. Yeah, so I'm going to put the certified in front,
I
certified
agree.
marriage counselor.
All right.
That is what it is going to be.
Okay. All
What
right.
did you don't be too humble? They've told you in the comment section, ma, loudly.
I apologize. I apologize for my humility. I apologize.
Ewa, you won't
All right,
believe we've
Mama.
been friends for 5 years.
I
5.
believe it, ma. I believe that we've been friends for 5 years. I do believe it because
That's talk to me because what?
yeah, because it's inside that 5 years we've experienced like maybe three different seasons within 5 years. So it's been, don't worry, we'll get into it. We'll get into all of it. Let me not
You
jump.
just
Don't
have
allow
to
me to
you
jump,
just have to
right?
bring that shade in, yeah. You just have to bring that shade in. I got
I'm
you, baby. I am
sorry.
putting you on the blast
You asked me
today.
to be
I hope
real.
you know. I am putting you on a blast.
Likewise. Likewise, it's fair. All is fair in this conversation.
Nobody
We
is
will sort it
spared.
after. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get right into it. So today we are talking female friendships, and earlier today we had Olateju on board, and we talked about a whole lot of things. And I know that the dimension you are going to bring, ha, oh deep, oh deep, oh deep. So I look forward to it personally, and there will be like two questions that I had already asked Olateju, but I think I still want to ask you because I know that you just might have a
Right.
different perspective to the conversation. But I will start off with the first question. Yeah. Why does female friendships have such bad PR? Why does it seem so complicated? You know, when I was going through the forms, the registration, someone actually said 99% of friendships are bad luck. And in my head, I'm like, where did you get
Hmm.
that analysis from? And okay, let us even assume that that is your experience. 99.9, you are indirectly saying there is nothing good in friendship. So what's up with female friendships particularly? Why the bad PR? Help us, please.
Wow, that number is quite high. And I really apologize to the person for the kind of experiences she has had with past friendships. And I hope that this conference will help you, see it in a different light. So personally, right, from observation and from what I have concluded at this point in time, I feel that female friendships have such a bad rep, majorly because of what is propagated on the media. So in journalism, there's this thing called the agenda. I wrote it so I don't I say it correctly. Agenda setting theory of the media, right? Where because I went to school for that one too, right? So I must know it. The agenda setting theory of the media, um where the powers that be in quotes, the people who control the media, the people, behind the scenes, where they push an agenda, they they try to influence a community, a group of people, or a culture by constantly putting in your face what they want you to believe about a certain thing, right? And I feel like it applies. Maybe in the world of social media, it might not be as strategic as it is in traditional media, right? However, there is a tendency to believe, absorb, and even act out what you continually get exposed to. So
So true.
a lot of the things that people say, oh, friendship, female friendships, you can't trust females, it's
Mm-hmm,
bad, it's ugly.
mm-hmm,
Many
mm-hmm.
people, it's not your personal experience. You're just projecting. You're just repeating. You're parroting what someone said on social media, and because you've been exposed to it consistently, you start to build. It sinks into your subconscious, and then it becomes your identity, your reality. And it's not necessarily what is true across board in
Mm-hmm,
real life. And
mm-hmm.
again, it's because bad news travels faster than good news, if we are
True,
honest.
true.
People are itchy for gossip, for that one spoils to hey, this marriage, this friendship. Maybe I said it. All those people are in a hurry to hear those kind of gist, right? And so it's no wonder that what we see
Hmm,
is the bad and not the good.
hmm,
Yeah. So
hmm,
that's my own personal belief. Um, Let me give an example to sort of drive home the point. It's sort of like in a responsible community or culture or society, if someone commits suicide, for example, people they are careful to put such things on the news. At least back then,
mm-hmm,
sha. Now people are hungry for
mm-hmm,
any kind of news. They were careful because what it does is that when you hear on the news that someone committed suicide, it sort of gives permission for others who had been ideating
hmm,
on it to go ahead and do it, right? And so you see that when we started to see the news of like gun shootings in schools in America, guess what? The moment we started to see more cases. So the same thing applies. Bring it home
So
to
true.
female friendships. The
So
moment we
true.
start to see the bad, guess what? We start to see more of it, and then we start to act it out in our own reality. So yeah, that's my own opinion. Let me not belabor the
Hmm.
point. Yeah.
So I completely agree, because there are people who, when they talk about female friendships, you are wondering how many lives they have lived. And then you're asking, have you even experienced this thing you're talking about? And you realize,
Mhm.
no,
I
my mom
haven't.
said, my aunt said, oh, it happened to this neighbor of mine. But we
Mhm.
can't also take away the fact that people
Terrible
have had
experience.
bad experiences. Sis,
Yeah.
sis,
Mhm.
maybe talk this
Mhm.
matter. My eye don't see shaggy. Maybe talk as a B. My eye don't see shy guy. Shy. In fact, there was
Premium shade.
a particular person that I had to tell categorically that no, I don't want this friendship anymore. Like, I had
Wow.
to tell this person,
Wow.
because I evaluated the entire thing and I realized, what? Have I been
Mm.
sleeping on a bicycle?
Mm.
How did I miss out all of these signs?
Mm.
Do you understand? And I had to
Right.
practically get to that point where I told her, babe, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I
Like
am not doing. I know
this is
that
the
there are
door.
people that have had terrible experiences too, and
Mhm.
it colors the way they see the world. That's the truth. But I think the
Okay.
challenge I have is they stop at the pain. They don't move forward.
Mhm.
They stop at
Mhm.
the bad
Mhm.
experiences. They allow these bad experiences scar them so much that they refuse to make an effort. They refuse to probably seek knowledge on what they're supposed to do right. They refuse
Yeah.
to open up their hearts. It's the same with a love relationship. You would find someone who isn't married, and then when you begin to drill down, you realize, oh, there was one secondary school first boyfriend heartbreak, and because
Mm.
of that the person has shut down. So now the person is in a rush, sort of, because the person is not like, oh my god, age is not on my side, and they're wondering, ma, you spent how many years to grieve over the loss of
Mhm.
of a secondary school boyfriend. We're not trying to belittle that experience, because I mean it was real for you, but the point
Mhm.
is just that we many times allow our experiences define future possibilities of, beautiful relationships. Look at me and you, baby girl, just look at us. Imagine if I allowed the shit I experienced shut me off the many beautiful
You
gorgeous sisters
to
I have
deprive
at
you
home.
of
I
these
would
this
have you're proud. I would have been deprived of this gorgeousness. Yeah,
oh
so I think it's
man.
important at this point to state that you owe it to yourself to heal.
Mhm.
Give yourself the permission to heal, to forgive, and to just open up your heart to new friendships. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cheers to new friendships. Do you want to add to
Can
that?
I say something to that? Yes.
Yes.
So as I was preparing for this, meeting, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, um, they're definitely bad friends, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
However, when you are picking beans, you will see a few stones, but you now throw away the
Mm,
entire tree of beans. No, what do? You
don't
continue to
leave
pick
me.
carefully,
Mm,
carefully, right? So it's a case of you don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. There's a benefit inside female friendships that you're throwing away the moment you say, oh, 99%. So you are the 1% that is the only good human being or woman in the world. I don't get it, right? If you consider yourself to be a good, trustworthy woman who you feel like if anyone is your friend, they'll be better for it, then for sure there are other people like you on the earth. You just need to pick carefully. And I'm hoping that through this conference, you understand how to pick, good female friends, because there's also a method and a wisdom to
mm.
that. Yeah, just wanted
There's
to add that.
also a wisdom to that. You see,
Mhm.
this example that I just gave there, this is it, really, because what we do is to shut down the entire being speaking process. You
Mm,
practically just shut it down. You just go, oh, I saw one stone, two stones, or that means everything here are stones, and then you just let it off.
You'll
And
be hungry.
with the degree of bad PR that we have, I strongly believe that there has to be something good in it for there to be so much bad PR. You know, it's the same thing
Absolutely.
with marriage. There is so much negative PR. It's just, you can't wonder. You will now look at your marriage and be thinking, am I an alien? Even I say, I know, am I, maybe I'm not married. Because why does it look as if my experience is different from what I see online? So I feel like if the devil is deliberately projecting certain negativity, it just shows that there is gold. There is
Absolutely.
gold, and he's trying to deprive people of that gold. Yes, like Tochi said, you will be hungry. And there are so many singles, there are so many females who
That are
honestly,
hungry.
legitimately desire, that's it, they desire
Yeah.
female friendships, but they are hungry.
Yeah.
And they are too proud to acknowledge they are hungry. They are too proud. Yes. They're in that space where they feel like, I am hungry, but I rather die hungry than reach out, than probably even seek some form of closure, than, probably go for therapy and get healed.
Yeah.
Babe,
Yeah.
their friends are waiting you. Eh? People
Mm.
who genuinely love you. So
Mm.
open up your hearts. Ah,
And just
yeah.
to
Someone
ride
said this
on,
next. Sorry, sis. She says, what a waste of beans to throw it all away because of stones.
yeah, a waste.
Don't leave me.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wanted to say
What did I
something?
want to say? Do I remember? Yes.
Oh
I
my
wanted
God,
to
please
say
remember.
that I wanted to
Uh-huh.
say that writing off on what you said about there being gold in female friendships, and that's why the enemy is really on the matter, is really attacking it. It's because people, when people think about friendships, we think about, oh, just my paddy. There's a lot of sentiment and emotions when we think about friendship, but we never see friendships from the angle of destiny. We never see
Hey,
friendship
this
from the
table.
angle of
I
from the
love it.
angle of
I'm sorry.
see, there are things that you were meant to achieve and accomplish on the earth that you can never, you would like never achieve it alone. Never. You will just stay there. You will just be coasting on the same level. You'll be trying, but you can't reach it because human beings are part of the equation for success generally. It's a lesson I had to learn a long time ago. And friendships, oh my God, you we know that there was a particular year where we're seeing a lot of power friendships, like power circle, and everybody was hungry for, oh, I wish. You see the likes of the cliques of this is one I know, the cliques of Mrs. Maureen Kemulen, J Booms, Secret Place Wives, pushing each other,
Those
helping each other
people,
to ascend, the ladder of success. When this one is sharing on this one sharing on this one, they're entering each other's circles and elevating each other, right? That's one of the power of friendships, right? Because no stranger is going to take on you, is going to share you or announce you when they don't really they don't want
mm,
to spoil their own
mm,
reputation. But it's the people who have been with you through thick and thin, people who trust you, people who know where you're even going in life that can help you. What twice or not? You get. So I think that's one reason. Sorry to speak Yoruba, I'm sorry. They can guide you
just
on the path.
interpret.
That's the interpretation, right? So that's
Mm.
one of the things that I believe the enemy is really attacking with female friendships. Yeah.
Ah, Ewa, we are still on question one, but I still want to stay here.
Let's
I
stay
still
here
want to
because
stay here.
we're not about answering
See,
questions. We're about what God wants us to say. So if we have to stay here, let's stay here, ma. Go
see
for
why I
it.
love you, Ba. You see why she's my friend? No, no. Did you see that? Anike pick beans that looks like you. You say no. You want stone.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, but you see, this thing you said about
Mhm.
destiny is so profound. And I think that it is really one of the missing links when it
Mm,
comes to we building genuine female friendships. We don't
mm,
look at it beyond our emotions. We just stay in the now, stay in our feelings, stay in the offense, and we refuse to get out of it. And what we
mm.
don't know is there are lies attached to our friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only reason why we are here today It's because we've chosen to do this thing called friendship. And
Mm.
by choosing to do this thing called friendship, there is synergy. I am
Mm.
bringing the best of myself. You are bringing the best of yourself. And together we are making the world a better place. So really, if we begin to see friendships beyond the light of the physical, I think we will do
Mm.
more. I think
Yeah.
we would persevere more. I think we would
Mm.
stand in the gap more. I think we would not easily throw away friendships, because the number
Mm.
of people that have thrown away bags of beans, Ewaoluwa, beans. What's going on,
Stop
Ewa?
it. Stop it. Stop it. I knew somebody was going to think it. I didn't know you would say it. Stop it.
Sorry, come on, think about it. What's going on? Why did you
I'm
use
seeing
beans?
it.
Why
I
not
see it
rice?
then. I see.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
pick rice.
sorry. Okay, okay. But back to the conversation. People have lost out on good opportunities, on good opportunities because of their experiences. And that leads me to the next question. They've lost out on good opportunities because of their experiences, what they've
Mm.
heard. You've not even experienced, nobody has taken your boyfriend from you, but female friendship, they will steal your boyfriend. How do you know?
Mm.
Scripture and
Mm.
verse. What backs
Mm.
up this idea? So my next question here is, how does childhood trauma or pain affect friendship?
Okay, so we've heard the quotes before. Um,
Hmm.
hurting people or hurt people will hurt other people. The way I
Hmm.
like to say it, to even make it more graphic, is broken people will break other people. Broken people
Hmm.
will hurt other people, right?
Hmm.
And what pain or trauma does generally is, you said it already in the beginning, it colors the way you see life. It
Hmm.
changes. I brought something for practical demonstration. So I'm looking at you
Okay.
now. I have this
Uh-huh.
pink tinted glasses, right? The moment you're wearing gold and blue, Ankara
Mm-hmm.
material there. The moment I
Mm-hmm.
put it on, guess what? That blue is looking
Mm.
purple. That blue is starting to look
Mm.
purple. Do you
Mm.
get? So once you have pain, trauma, just know, if you've not dealt with this, if you've not gone on the journey to heal, just know that you're not seeing life the way life is. You are not. Which means you're
Shot
not seeing,
fired.
no harm intended. Just means that the way you're seeing women, females who could be potential friends is not accurate. There's already a lens, there's already a filter through which you're seeing them. And that filter is a filter of pain. That filter is a filter of they don't mean you well. You automatically assume that they don't mean you well. So pain
Mm.
affects a person, can affect a person in two ways. Number one, it can make you become very defensive. Your walls become so high that no one can penetrate, right?
Hmm.
So before anyone can hurt you, you've cancelled them, you've blocked them, you've deleted them, so they can't, because I can't deal, right? And you've moved. The second way it can affect you is it can make you become a doormat because you've experienced rejection, and at this point you just want
Mm.
anybody that will accept you. You don't even like, so you will do anything to please anybody just to stay in their good graces, right? And what that does is that you have no gates, you have no
Mm.
boundaries. Esther used that word a lot in the first session. You have no boundaries. Your gates are wide open. So any Tom, Dick, and Harry, or in this case,
Hello, Ewa. Hey, Father, we speak to the network. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Please come back. We look forward to you coming
any
back.
Titi,
Okay,
no offense.
awesome. Sorry, we lost what you said for a minute. You stopped at boundaries.
Okay. I was saying that, the second way pain affects is that you're just hungry for acceptance, hungry to have anyone in your life, anyone who would just, give you any form of attention or affection, even if it's negative attention and affection, right? So you have no
Mm.
boundaries, you have no gates, you are wide open for anyone to walk in. You're not picking, you're not choosing. Anybody can come in, right? So for the first right category of what pain does to you, um, what you find out is that you don't even there's no, because the truth is, to have friends, there must be a level of vulnerability that you cannot experience if your walls, if you're overly guarded, overly sensitive. Because guess what? You're dealing with human beings, oh. Human beings
Yeah.
are not perfect. They're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
So if you can't even
Yeah.
handle the little bit of discomfort and hurt, you're you're already setting up yourself for, for that hunger, be hungry and die hungry kind of thing. And then if your defenses are so low and no boundaries, no gates,
Mm,
you are hungry for something, but
mm,
you will eat shit
mm,
pretty much. So you must get to a point where you you go on a healing journey to ensure that you're not defining is not the word. You are not filtering people through past experiences, through what other people have done to you. You're open to receiving people afresh. You're open to
mm.
learning about people for who they are. You're not generalizing everybody, right? And when you also let that pain heal, then you can now choose accurately who and who should be your friend, who and who should not be your friend. So that's how pain affects, that's how I think pain affects female friendships. Yeah, let me
Wow.
pause on that.
Thank you so gosh, Ewa, thank you. Like you're just, Ewa, we are different though. I was just listening to you as you were talking. You're just talking
Mm.
calmly. That's how pain affects. Jerry around me. That's how pain affects.
Esther, this my calmness
I
that you're
love
still
you.
going to use to shade me. But let's be going. Let's just be moving.
But really, what you said, the two sides of the spectrum, so profound because what this tells me is you need to drill down into why you have the kind of perception you have about friendships and be sure that you are not even the one bringing that experience to the table,
Mm,
because it
mm,
is easy to look at people and say, oh, this person did this to me, that person did that to me, but what are you doing to yourself that is now indirectly affecting what people bring to your table? Because
yeah.
there are people who have had abandonment issues, neglect, who probably faced one form of childhood trauma or the other, and they have refused to deal with it.
Mm,
They refuse to deal with it. They carry that baggage around, and you now
mm,
expect life to treat you differently. No, life is just going to give you a mirror of what you are showing it. It
mm,
will give you
mm,
a mirror of what you are showing it. And that's
mm,
why you now see that because you were probably raised in an environment where you always sought for acceptance, you always sought to be loved, you literally begged to be loved,
mm,
and you were even still denied of this love. You now find yourself
yeah.
in friendships where you are replicating the same thing. You are
Absolutely.
begging for their attention, and it looks as if everybody that comes to you is evasive. Everybody that comes to you does not want to connect with you. It's as if they
Mm,
just want to use you. You really may
mm,
want to sit down and take stock and
mm,
check your patterns and say, I have
mm,
had 6, 7 people in my life. They've all treated me the same way. If I am the only person that is constant, then it means there is something I am doing that is wrong.
yeah.
It means there
Mm-hmm,
is
mm-hmm,
something about me, there is something about my ideology, there is something about my perception that is causing
mm-hmm,
these people to repeatedly do the same things to me.
mm,
Because it's so
mm,
easy to blame other people. It's so easy to say, oh, girls are bad. Oh, girls,
mm,
they stab you at the back. Why is it that you're the only one they are stabbing? Why? There are some people that they can't even recall an experience of negativity
mm,
when it comes to female friendships, because they were so raised in a healthy environment. They have their boundaries accurately set up that you
mm,
can't even later you
mm,
can't do fele fele. You can't misbehave. You can't misbehave beside them. So,
yeah.
and you said the other thing about being defensive.
Mm,
You see that table is very real, because you now find people that they want friendship. When they see, oh, J Booms, oh, Solutions, oh, they went to why, oh, God, my life. But somebody has been calling you for the past 3 weeks. You say, well, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. What does she want? Maybe,
Okay.
maybe. And then you shut it down. How do you
Mm,
expect God to help you?
mm,
How do you
mm,
expect God to help you? You know, I was reading the scripture yesterday, and I came across where God was talking to, I think, King Ahaz, I mean, what is his name? And he said, see, these people that this country is threatening you, they are not going to win.
mm,
However, if you don't have faith, I cannot help you. Eh?
mm.
I read that scripture. I read it again. I read it again. I'm like, God, I thought you can bypass.
Yeah,
I need you to believe, and then I can step in. So
yeah.
what that means in this conversation is you cannot continue to hold on to negativity and
Mm,
expect God to give you his blessed daughter by some
mm,
miracle. If he gives you his
mm,
blessed daughter, you will mess up that daughter. You will give
mm.
that daughter trauma. That daughter too will now come online. She will come on this type of program and say, all girls
Yeah.
are scam. So please heal.
Mm. Heal,
Okay,
heal.
so do you want to add to that, or I should move on to the next?
I think you can move on to the next.
Okay, so next question is there a reason why people, okay, I guess this sort of adds on to what we're talking
Yeah.
about anyway. Is there a reason why people who have a pattern of bad, painful friendships have that kind of pattern?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And like you accurately said, if there's a pattern, the common denominator is you. And so whatever has to happen has to be internal, not external. You
Thank
can't look
you.
outside to say, oh, let me get another friend. Is the friend I had, is Bimbo. Let me go for Rachel. No, sis.
Bimbo is not good. No, I'm trying to say, like, that's what they say.
Is
They'll say,
the
Bimbo is not good. Let me go and look for another person.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. But in truth, it's actually you. And it can be hard to hear, can be a hard truth to swallow. But the moment you swallow that pill, that's where your healing starts, right? So three things that I want to highlight that I
Mm-hmm.
believe causes repeated, negative patterns. The first one we talked about it, which is trauma, right? Once there's trauma there, you're going to keep coming back to it. Once that thing is not healed, you're going to keep coming back to that. And I don't want to belabor that point because we've talked extensively about it. The second one is a faulty mindset. This one, I want to stay here small. A faulty
Stay
mindset.
here, please. Bring the bed.
The, the Bible says, how did it say it? Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it,
Mm-hmm.
flows the issues of life. Out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth
Yeah.
speaks. Everything you see in life flows first from within you, flows first from your heart. And your heart here is not necessarily the one that's pumping blood. Your heart speaks to
Mm-hmm.
your soul, your belief system, what you recognize or what you've accepted to be truth in life in general, right? And so the moment there's a faulty mindset, you're going to be producing faulty results automatically, right?
Hmm.
Um, so some of us, well, I don't know, let me not say us because I'm not really there, but many women, many young ladies grew up
Amen.
seeing their mothers diss their female friends. So so maybe yeah lagbaja, somebody's mother, that's supposed to be your mom's friend, comes around to the house. They are all chitty chatty, they are just or me, all those kind of things, right? And then the moment Yalagbaja leaves, your mom is like, see this woman, Madalo, she starts to rubbish her, to say negative things about her, and then she starts to say to you that, sorry, that there's no real friend in life, that Jesu Nikon, how's that song? Jesu Nikon,
Hold on
Laurel,
to Jesus.
only true friend, that you
Ooh.
can't trust anybody. And then you're trying to reconcile. Like, this is not the person that you were all chummy with. Why are you suddenly rubbishing the person? And then you don't know, but what that did to you, maybe as a child, it started to plant seeds within your mind, within your heart, within your soul, your
Mm,
subconscious, that I
mhm.
can't have a friend. I can't have true friends. That female friendships are fake. That there's no real, and that's where a lot of people get that 99%, because all your mother's friends, none of them, None of them, she could not vouch for any of them. Every single one of them, she will rubbish them. In church, they are, president and assistant president of the women committee. They will do everything. They will, when you enter the car, you get that mindset. You don't know, but it's a stronghold. It's a stronghold in your mind, such that the moment you begin to have a female friend, guess what? You're going to sabotage it. No, you're going to sabotage it because you've planted, there's a seed has been planted. And guess what happens to seeds? They grow and they produce fruits. They will produce. You have like it's an automated system in life. That which is within you will bear fruits. Simple. So some of you even had your mother was not like that. Apologies for sounding generalistic, right? But you were watching African Magic. Oh God.
African Magic. Okay,
You were
shake the
watching
table.
African Magic a lot. Yoruba drama. Like those people, somebody cannot even be happy. Like there's no happiness. According to there is everything must be
No
there must
joy.
be wickedness. And I'm not saying that there's no wickedness in the world, but it's not everybody's reality. It's not a general statistic, right? So you watched African Magic to the point that you sold it to yourself. They sold it to you, and you believed it wholeheartedly. And so nobody has done anything to you. You're surrounded with good female, with people that have good examples of good female friendships. But the moment that you see a woman that is, trying to be, you're already guarded. You already imagine that she will steal your boyfriend. You already imagine that she will steal from you. You're already imagining that she will backbite, that you can't tell her anything, that your gossip will go around. You're already fighting a battle when there's no battle. You're already armored up, like battle ready. There's no war. It's not that hard. They say Ogunlaye is not true. Life is not. It's a battle in a sense, but it's not a battle in a sense, right? There's good in the world. You must believe it that there's good in the world, right? And they are good friends. So that's the second one. And then the third one, this one, this one is what makes people just become a victim. You just become a victim of bad friendships because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the wisdom for picking the stone from the beans. Let's stay with that example, right? You don't. So if I give a tray of beans to my daughter, she's 19 months, Oluwarimi, that's her name. If I give a tray of beans to her, I say, help me pick beans. Komoyato beans. She doesn't know the difference between beans and stone. She will pick it all. And if I trust her to pick it, when I cook my pot of beans, guess what? We're gonna be feeling a little here and there, right? She doesn't know any better. So there's some women who don't know any better. You don't know what a good female friendship looks like. You don't know how to spot it. You don't know how to quickly do a quick scan when somebody's approaching you to say, no, this person and I cannot be friends, or this person and I will make good friends. You don't know, you don't have the skill set. If you're not a doctor, you cannot diagnose a sickness accurately. It's not possible. So the truth about life is that we don't know a lot of things. We think we know many things, but we actually don't know a lot of things. We go to school to learn math and English and all that, but we don't know that we need to learn about friendships as well. There's nothing worthwhile you want to do that you don't go and get trained for. The reason why I'm a certified marriage counselor is because I know this is part of my life's assignment and I must know it well enough to counsel married people. I can't show them a path that I don't know. You get? And I can't just use my own experience because everybody is unique. So I must understand the principles behind the scenes, right? And then I guide them with that. Same thing goes to friendship. Like I said in the beginning, we think it's all emotions, we think it's just hanging out, it's all fun and games. But there's a method to this. And if you don't know the method, let's say you don't have trauma, I'm happy for you. Let's say you don't have a faulty mindset. I'm happy for you. You are hungry for female friend, you desire it, but you keep getting into trouble with it. It's likely this third point. You don't know how to choose the right. It's like marriage. If you don't know what will make for a good husband, if you think it's about looks, you'll pick the finest person, and you will not know. They've not told you that it's not by looks that they pick husband. Though. Do you get? So the same thing applies in female friendships as well. You must know. And I'm trusting God that through this conference, you will pick a thing or two about, and then you can ask questions. If you see people that have great friendships, don't just assume that they are pretending. It's not true. That
Yes.
just is for the gram. It will shock you that many solid friendships that they're not even doing anything on the gram. They're not doing anything on the gram, right? So look around you, look in your real life, like I like to say, who are people that have great friendships? Ask questions. Don't go and say, oh, can I be your friend? It's yeah, you can ask, don't even like leave that part first. Ask them, I noticed that you and this person are good friends. What I see is that many times we see people that have good things and we covet it, we covet the grace, but we don't covet the process. We don't even understand the
Hi.
process. If we do more of
Hmm.
coveting the process, we'll be able to replicate the results that we desire faster. Because you see a clique of maybe two, three, four friends that are really tight, solid, and then what we see most people try to do is want to enter the middle. From where? Where do we know you from? You cannot enter. You cannot be part of the clique. Sorry, there's no seat on the table. You can't sit with us. I'm sorry. And it's not from a place of pride. It's because friendship. Do you know what friendship is? Friendship is blood and sweat. Oh, it's not just
Tell me.
go clubbing, going clubbing. We go shopping. We go to the movies.
Mm,
No, no,
mhm,
no. There are different levels to friendship. Oh. There are some friends that they will never become your tight core friends, and that's fine.
mhm,
You're supposed to have
mhm,
different kinds of friendships, and I acknowledge
mhm,
that. But if you really want that tight core friendship, which a lot of women are hungry for, you're going to have
mm.
to correct the process. You're going to have to
Cover the
understand, ask
process.
questions. So go close to people that have good friendships, not with the aim to enter the middle, but with the aim to understand how you guys
Hmm.
doing it. Ask direct questions. I see that you guys are really
Ah,
good. I have some friends, we're not yet like that, and I really desire that we can become like that, the way you guys are. What exactly, how do you guys maintain, this level of intimacy and bond, right? Is that my network?
oh no. Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, it's
Yes,
my
I can. I
network.
can. I can hear you. Yeah, I can see you now.
Fantastic. So yeah, so those are the three. I want to use another illustration that to just tie it all up together, right? Where I started
Yeah.
saying that it's an internal thing. If you see negative patterns, it's you first. It's not an external problem in that sense. There's an illustration that Pastor DDK uses a lot, and it stuck with me the first time I heard it because it was so profound, it was so powerful. She said, um, if you print something, with a printer, and you notice a typo. Let's say you wanted to type good, and you typed G, and you see on the paper GOAD instead of GOOD. You don't go to
Mm-hmm.
the printer and bang the printer and ask the printer to correct the error. No, if you keep printing, you keep seeing GOAD until you go to the system where you typed it, the soft copy, the original copy, and fix it internally. You will change it from GOAD to GOOD. Then and only then can you print a copy that says GOOD. So, my darling sisters, if you're seeing bad female friendships everywhere you turn, go and fix it from the inside. Fix whatever trauma is there, fix whatever faulty mindset is there, and fix whatever knowledge or wisdom gap is there. God will help us. Amen.
I
Amen.
think we can close now. I think we've done enough. I think we can move on now. So good. You see the part where you talked about friendships, where you talked about mindsets.
Mhm,
I remember when I was growing up, I was
mhm.
clearly, I don't know if the word is advised or no, more like instructed. It wasn't even an advice. They didn't even give me an option for me to to do differently. It was more like Esther, friendship.
Mhm,
So they
mhm,
didn't say female friendship at that point. I was still in primary school. I can remember. So I remember that at that point, I think there was a particular friend that just didn't sit well, and
mhm,
because of that, they sort of generalized. It just gave an impression of
mhm,
stay clear of friendships. I
mhm,
am sure
mhm.
what they were doing then was for my good. I mean, they
Yeah.
knew better. They knew what they saw. So they were basically just trying to protect me and preserve me. That's what every wise parent would do. But what they didn't know was that as a child, I took that to mean stay clear of friendships. Guard your heart. Exactly. Someone says, that's me. I was warned against friendships. There are so many people like that. We were warned. And you see, when they were warning us, they were not warning us because they hated us. They were warning us because they're trying to preserve us. They were warning us because they didn't want us to fall into error. But what we didn't do was to now grow up as adults and see. And then begin to say, okay, does this mean I shouldn't have friends at all? Because if it was supposed to mean that we should not have friends at all, God is not going to give us a case of David and Jonathan in the Bible. God is not going to tell us there is a friend that's sticker closer than a brother. God is not going to
Absolutely.
tell us he puts the solitary in families. He's not going to tell us these things. So I believe he specifically tells us these things because he knows that there is beauty in friendships and he wants us to experience it. So I want, for as many of those that are here and those that would watch after, I really want you to begin to think. Begin to think,
Mm,
what are the seeds we don't
mm,
turn Iroko tree for your mind?
yeah.
What are those seeds? You
Mm,
really may begin to uproot. You may have to start deleting some things. Yes,
mm,
they served you at that point. They preserved you as a child. But now
mm,
that you are grown, it is self-sabotaging. It has
yeah.
fulfilled its duty. It is now affecting you. It has now become parasitic to you and to your destiny. So
Mm,
it is easy to label these things. It's easy to label friendships, label people, but we really have to look within. And I absolutely love what you said about asking questions as against converting the friendship and wanting to enter their middle.
yeah.
Oh, we do that a lot. So you see 4 or 5 people, you're like, oh God, oh, how can I be her friend?
Mm,
What
mm,
you are thinking of is, how can this person, say person A, no, let me put it this way, person A is friends with person B, right? You
mhm,
like it, you love that friendship. In your head, instead of you to think, how can I recreate this? You are thinking, how can
mm,
I enter between person A and person B so that person
mm.
A can treat me the way she treats person B? If that is not witchcraft, I honestly don't know what it is. Because you are really
The
supposed,
word right out of my mouth.
sincerely, but that is what we do.
Yeah.
That is the default setting.
Mm,
We just feel like, oh, I
mm,
want this friendship for
mm,
myself. You're not even thinking of what you will do to the
mm.
friendship. Oh, you're not thinking of what you are going to
No.
do to earn it. You're just
Mm,
thinking, oh, let me have this for myself. And the funny thing,
yeah.
even if they give you that friendship on a platter of gold, you will mess it up because
Sabotage
you
it.
don't know the rudiments. Exactly.
Yeah.
You self-sabotage that friendship because you don't know the rudiments of how to make it work. So, and
Yeah.
I remember one time when I was seeing all of this, really there was a time it was really on social media. It's like if God was pumping that conversation. You people, I need people to have friends.
Mm,
And then I watch it and it inspires me to recreate. It inspires me to say, I am going on a girls' hangout. Man, I am going to have a girls'
mm,
trip. Man, like that is
mm,
beautiful. So the
mm.
step forward for me is to ask questions. What are
Mhm.
they even doing? How are they doing what they are doing? What is the process? So good. I just wanted
Mhm.
to talk about that scripture I mentioned. So it was Isaiah 7, verse 9. This is NLT version, where it says, unless your faith is firm, I cannot make you stand firm.
Wow.
I'm like, wait, is this in the Bible? Like,
Mm,
I thought it says, unless your own faith is firm, me, I cannot make you stand firm. Meaning you have responsibility. That's just what God was trying to say. You
mm.
have responsibility. So if you are
Wow.
here and they are trusting God for good friendships, God is telling you right now, you have a responsibility. Number one
Mm,
responsibility is for you to look within and fix yourself. Seek
mm,
therapy. Tó bá dẹ̀ lówó therapy, go and meet the number one counselor. Go and meet the father, lay it at his feet and say, Daddy, heal me, work on me. Remove the things that needs to be removed. Add the things that needs to be added. Help me to begin to see friendship through your light. And after that, you now
mm,
open up your heart and say, Lord, my heart is open. Send people your way. Send good friends my way. I had to pray this prayer, sincerely. I had to start praying, Father, send good friends my way. Especially after that, my friend did me gbasgbos. Sis, that gbasgbo was hot. It was fire. And then I started praying. I'm like, God, send me the right people, the right friends. And they started to come. They started to come. Well, you see, the coming is easy. The maintenance is where the challenge
mm,
is. If I have not worked on my mind, if I have not opened up my heart, enlarged my capacity to love and forgive to a point whereby they can come, they
um,
can stay, and we can
mm,
maintain that friendship, I will lose them. So, how many good people have come into your life that you have lost because you have refused to take responsibility of your parts of friendship. So basically, take responsibility. Moving
Mm.
on. Are we blessed? Are we blessed? Tell me
Take
we are blessed.
responsibility.
Ewa, what is wrong with your network? I speak to Ewa's network in the name of Jesus. Father, we want a good network this night.
Stabilize,
Ah,
amen.
I
Amen.
can't even see your face clearly, Seth, but I can hear your voice. We're like, we are children of God. We can't see him, but we can hear his voice. That's what's going on right now. I can't really see you.
Oh my goodness.
I can't really see you, but I can hear your voice. Okay, so next question. Why do some of us women, this one is a serious question, why do some of us women take so much offense in little things? Do
Mm.
you think it is our wiring, or we are not just emotionally intelligent?
Is the two, both of them? The two are the answer. Okay, so number one, our wiring.
Hmm,
Um, we know ourselves now. We're women, right? Women can be. We're like a bundle of emotions, or let me say this: we have a bundle of emotions because I say this a lot. I have emotions. I am not my emotions, so I have emotions. So yeah.
preach it.
So
Say it
we
again.
have. I have emotions. I am not my emotions, right?
I have
So
emotions.
women have a lot of emotions, at least in comparison to our male counterparts, right? Is the way we're wired. God designed us like that with an intention, so that we
Hmm,
can be more nurturing, more,
hmm,
just feminine, in that sense. You need a lot
yeah.
of, that, right? And so it's it's I'm being careful because I don't want to endorse bad behavior, but I also don't want to I also don't want to negate, natural emotions, right?
Mm-hmm,
Um, but sometimes our emotions can go out of whack, can get out
mm-hmm,
of control in a sense,
mm-hmm,
especially if you've not gotten to that part of emotional intelligence and maturity, which we'll get to, right? Um, and so it can be. So I understand and sympathize with people who say I rather have male friends. I used to be like that when I was, in secondary school and all of that. Because guys are generally more chilled. Doesn't mean they don't have their own bad behavior. They have bad
yeah,
behavior, right? We
yeah.
all have bad behavior, but they are more comported in their emotional, outburst and how they handle their emotions, right? And so when you have two women in a room who don't have a handle on their emotions, it can create a wildfire, right? And so,
Hmm.
yes, what's the question again? So I make sure that I stay.
The question is, why do some of us women take so much offense in little things? Do you think it's our wiring, or we are not just emotionally intelligent?
Exactly. So we take offense because when something is done to us, we feel it with our entire being, our entirety, spirit, soul, body, emotions. It hits us, it enters us. And so the way we handle it could be a
Mm,
bit emotional, right? As opposed to a guy. If you step on a guy, the way
mm.
you, oh, I didn't mean this. Oh, okay, no, no, it's fine, no wala. A lady, you don't even know if she's on a period that day. No, she might be experiencing, maybe her boyfriend has said something that she did not
You
like,
say a
she's
period.
processing the emotions and all of that, and you step on her. She does not care if you are sorry. Can't you
Yeah,
see? She can
yeah,
lose her cool in that instant, and especially
yeah.
because research has shown that women don't really know how to compartmentalize things. Everything is like
Mm,
together for us, right?
together.
So yes, we take offense easily, or women, the average woman can take offense easily because she's wired with a lot of emotions.
Mm,
However, just because you are like that doesn't mean you should remain like that, right? You must learn to be emotionally mature and stable.
intelligent.
If you are going to do achieve anything in life, because guess what? When you get to the office
Hmm,
and your boss speaks to you in a manner that you don't appreciate, guess what? You're going
mhm,
to say yes, sir, or
mhm.
yes, ma'am, and you are going to get on your job and continue what you are doing. Why is it when
You
it's
get it
your
done.
friend, the one that's your own friend, when she does something that you don't like? Why is it hard that you want to cancel? Why is it that one
Hmm.
particular you want to cancel? Can't you see that there's something, there's more to it? It's not ojulazon. There's more to it, right? Leave your boss. Let's
Hmm.
come to your boyfriend or your partner or whatever.
Mhm.
I know they've offended you. I know. You don't have to, I know for sure, guaranteed, they've offended you.
Yeah. Mhm.
But your immediate reaction is not to end it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. And sorry to use this example, but I must say it because some ladies, the man treats you like nothing.
Mm.
He will cheat on you, he might beat you, he might be physically abusive, all of that. But you go and apologize to him. Ah, nah, 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 nah. Nah. That's
Mm.
an extreme and a very bad example, right? But then your female friend who you've roughed things together, you've done things together, you've achieved together, you've
Mhm.
one offense.
Mhm.
I heard you saying in the first session how a lady, I think if I get it right, her boyfriend was asking you out and then she was upset with you. Can you see that this thing no balance, right? But what I'm trying to say is that you have control of your emotions. You're just choosing not to have it in regards to your female friendship. And I think
Hmm.
because you've not placed a premium value on that friendship, you don't yet understand. So maybe it's a friendship that doesn't mean much to you. Okay, fine, no wala. But if you reckon that this friendship is of value, this friendship is of destiny, this friendship, there's something this friendship is adding to my life. I can't just toss it like a wet rag. Then guess what? The way you don't toss your boss because you know that it's bringing money to your account, that's putting food on your table, paying the rent, of the house that is putting a roof over your head, because you see the value. If you don't place that same kind of value on your female friendships, then you will be easily offended. You'll be at the slightest, you'll be ready to walk away from it. And so that's what I think. Apart from emotional intelligence, you must place value on that female friend that you call your friend. You must. You must. Right? So I think I'll just pause there.
You see this last thing you said there. I think I had to write it down when you said it. You have control of your emotions. You just don't place value on your female friendships.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
Esther, calm down. Esther, calm down. You get as well
Good.
man go hit you. You guys calm down first. You understand? No, because it's true. It's so true.
Mm,
Your boyfriend, your husband, your whatever will mess up. Let us even
mm,
not go extreme. Just normal offense. Normal, oh, I didn't like what you did.
right.
But because marriage is
Mm,
in view in the next 7 years,
mm,
you stomach it. You suck it in. You like,
mm.
I don't like what you did.
Take
I don't
it.
like what
Yeah.
you did. Okay, no problem. It's fine. Let's go. Because there is something bigger. My dear, you ought to be Mrs. Now. You can't afford to waste
Mm,
it. And if you're married, you don't want to, you know, step out of the marriage. So it's like, okay, no problem. It's fine. But then your female friend who did not even do half of that wrongs you and you cancel the person entirely, it is really because there is no premium on that friendship. It is really because you've not placed
yeah.
value on it. So now I'm not thinking, how much value do I place on my friends? Because really, if something is
Mm,
important to you, you won't cancel it so easily. You know,
you won.
I had an experience which you're obviously aware of that really, really messed me up. And I think what messed me up in the whole thing is how easy it was for this person to just cancel me. Like
Yeah.
it was too easy. It was honestly
Mm,
too easy. Me, I don't imagine future with you. Say we'll grow together. Our children will know themselves. They'll go to the same university. That was my imagination.
mm,
Or you, on the other hand,
mm,
because of an offense that we can actually talk over, you just feel
mm,
I don't want this entire person anymore. So really, if there was
mm,
premium, if there was value on that friendship, you cannot walk away easily. So
mm,
so what this now
mm,
tells me is we need to really begin to start asking ourselves, the friendships we have, why do we even have them? Do we have them
Yeah.
because we want to just cruise? If it is
Mm,
mutual cruise, that's fine. That's fine for the two of you. Do I have this friendship because of convenience? Is
mm,
it because we are both in the same church, so friendship is easy? Is it
mm,
because we are both in the same school? Is it because we are both in the same industry? Or is there something deeper binding us together?
mm,
Because if there is something deeper, you cannot walk away so easily. So yeah, thank you for that. And
mm.
this also tells me that we are not, I used to say that I am not a bag of emotions. I am a woman led by the Spirit of God. I tell
Yes.
myself that as often as possible.
Mm,
I am not a bag of emotions. I don't care what
mm,
research says. I do not care what science calls my wiring. Yes, I
mm,
acknowledge it, but I am not defined by it. Because you see,
mm,
this thing about we being a bundle of emotions, yeah, is what gets us into trouble even in our marriages. When you're
mm.
supposed to shut up, you continue talking because no, oh baby girl, baby. I have to express myself. You will not express, express, express. At the end of the day, you were right or you will not become wrong. When they now call family meeting, you
Yeah.
should have been saying sorry. The man that offended
Mm,
is just going to be there looking at you like this. You that you didn't
mm,
offend, though. Actually, you did not offend from the beginning. You will not be the one saying, "No, Emma, be no, I am sorry." So
mm.
I am not my emotions. I am a woman led by the Spirit of God. And that applies even to my relationships, to my friendships. I am not my
Mm.
emotions. If you offend me, I would have to make a choice to be offended.
Yeah.
If you offend me, I would have to make a choice. I am not going to be offended by default. I won't be offended because you said it. I'll
Mm,
be offended because I thought about it and I said, no, 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 I think I want to be offended about this. Yes, that is how it should be.
mhm.
So we can choose to be emotionally intelligent. We can choose to rise
Mm,
above our emotions. And like you said, we actually have control over our emotions. Because if you don't have control over our
yeah.
emotions, why is it that when your boss spoke to you rudely, you did not slap him, you did not walk out, you did not
Mm,
misbehave? Why did you suck it in? Why did you behave well? Why is it that when you went to your
mm.
in-laws place the first time you went there, you didn't like the way they served you food, but you still ate it as
Okay.
or how is the food is perfect? Why? So it shows that you actually have self-control. You just choose where
Yeah,
to lose it. Yeah.
absolutely.
Next
Absolutely.
question. So I asked Olateju this question, but I'm also asking you because I want to get your perspective. How do
Okay, mom.
you handle hurts?
Hmm. How do I handle hurt? So, so for me personally, and we're all different, right?
Mhm,
We're all different. But I've personally made a decision, just like you just said now,
mhm,
not to be one who is easily offended. So if
mm,
you know anyone who knows me knows that I don't take offense easily. And it wasn't it wasn't my natural tendency before. I wasn't like born that way. So my according to temperament and all of that, my temperament, I'm predominantly melancholic, right? And one thing about melancholic people on a general level is they're quick to see the negative side of things, right? And so they
mhm,
are easily offended and they
mm,
can hold a grudge for a very, very long time. And they can plan careful revenge. um I remember that I used to be very quick tempered and hot tempered. It was something that my mom used to be very concerned about when I was growing up, right? And there was a day I took a stool and I almost broke it on my brother's head. Like I was very, very hot tempered. But if you know Ewan now, it will be hard to reconcile the two because I made a deliberate choice
mm.
that I'm not going to be easily offended. It's like you said, I'm controlled by the Spirit of God. I am a spirit woman. I'm a spirit being. I'm a woman under the influence, under the authority of the Holy Spirit.
Friends, that's
And one
it.
of the attributes of the Holy Spirit is that
I can't hear you again. Ewa, are you there? Ewa. So basically, you're saying one of the attributes of a spirit-filled woman is self-control, yeah? Can you hear me? Oh no. Father, bring our network back. Oh. Bring our network back in the name of Jesus. Oh my God. Okay, so I guess I'll just continue then. Trust that she's going to come back real quick. So how do you handle hot? Okay, okay. Let me do
Are we
this.
back?
Oh, okay. I can't see your face, so show me your face. I want to see your face. Okay, she's muted. Let me continue again. How do you handle hot? For me, yeah. Um, when I am hot, I like to. Oh, are you back? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, come back on board. Take your place. Yeah, what?
Hmm.
I don't know why have I been singing.
Holy
What's
Spirit, help
going
our
on?
network.
Yeah,
All right.
help. Yeah, help.
So I was saying that one of the things that the Holy Spirit produces inside of me is the fruit of love. And one of the attributes of love is that love is not easily irritated. It's not irritable,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Can you still hear me? It's freezing.
I can. I can very well.
Can you still? Oh, fantastic, fantastic. So I have accepted it. That's my new reality. I'm not easily offended. So it's hard to, you know how they say, oh, this is the last straw. I have a lot of straws for people. It's hard to get to the last straw, right?
Hmm.
So that's my first. I don't take offense easily. And that doesn't mean that I allow people to walk all over me. No, no, no. What it means is that I don't allow it to enter into me so strongly that they now control how I respond. No, 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 no. I have a grip on how I respond, even when someone misbehaves or treats me badly,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So it's not that, oh, I'm not easily offended, so I just take anything. No, 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 no. I will address the issue and we're getting there, right? But first things first, I'm not easily offended.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that helps a lot in my female friendships because, like I said, sometimes sometimes women can let their emotions go out of control, right? But thankfully, I have my friends are not typically like that. Although we've had one or twos. I mean, even me too. Once in a while, you get out of character, and then you slap
You
yourself
say you
back
will
to
lose.
sense that no, 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 that's not who I am. That's not who I am, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you come back, you get back in character, right? And then the second thing I do is, hmm, hmm, hmm,
I can see you. I
can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you very well.
Okay, okay. It's really freezing up on my side. That's why I'm pausing. Me
Okay,
and just the talk they go. All right.
I can
The
hear you.
second thing I do is I reflect and see where I might have been at fault in the whole thing, in a sense, right? So what I do is I take responsibility for my own part in the whole
Mm-hmm.
scenario. Because
Mm-hmm.
the truth is, it takes two to tango, right? It takes two.
Yeah.
So if someone offends you, sometimes, especially if you are with friends, you've picked the right kind of friends. If there's offense, many times what you realize is that they're not deliberately doing something to offend you. Is that
Hmm.
something has not been clearly communicated, or you have not defined a boundary properly and they crossed it not knowing that they shouldn't have crossed it. Do you
So
get?
true. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
sit down first and I say, okay, where is my own share in the blame of this?
Hmm.
Like you said earlier, it's easy to cast blame. It's easier to say everybody else is wrong and not you. But if you have that attitude, you won't last in many good circles, in many good relationships. Because the truth is, like I already said, it takes two to tango. So let me give an example, a very recent example. Was that last week now or 2 weeks ago now? I was having a rough week, right? And none of my friends checked on me. And I was like, different friends I can't gather like this. And nobody, none of you could even pick it in the spirit that this babe
We
is
are
not
not
right.
mind readers. You did not tell us.
The friend
Please.
just said, let me open your ears, let me ask you, put you on blast. Not a single one of them reached out to me that week. And then the devil is mad. He likes to enter when there's already a weakness. He now strategized
Hmm.
it that week, my husband and I now had a little misunderstanding too. So Even my husband too did not check on me because he too he was upset with me. I didn't even know he was upset with me because I was in a space of just, I tuned everything out. I was just so I'm like, nobody check, even my husband not check on me. And then, but thankfully, we live together, so we can't be like that for days, right? He called me like the next day and he's like, so if I don't talk to you, you don't talk to me. I'm like, so he's like, you know I'm upset. I'm like, you're upset. I did not know. Me, I'm even like, you not even check up on me. Do you get that kind of thing? Right? But before I enter gist and deviate, where I'm going to is that how I sat and took my own share of the blame was I sat down and I said, okay, they didn't reach out to you, but how would they have known that you needed this kind of support if you did not communicate it to them? So
Hmm.
my own fault, I did not communicate that I needed them to be there for me at a certain level. And then, you know, from that point, the feeling of offense started to diffuse, right? Because I'm like, it's as simple as sending a text, babes, I need you to pray for me, or this is going on. And then they will know that, we need to be keeping check on air while this is going on and all of that, right? And then the third thing I do is I put myself in the person's shoes as well. What could
Mm-hmm.
have possibly been going on in their life to make them treat me the way they treated me or respond in the way that I didn't like? And then in that moment, I realized that all my friends are going through their own stuff, and I'm aware of some of the things that they are experiencing, right? So ideally, they might not immediately notice that I'm even more quiet than usual, right? So I put myself in their shoes. And in that moment, you know, it all ended. And then I was able to, I remember a few days ago, I was able to get on the call with Esther. We were on the call, and then I just mentioned to her that, even though I was going through something, she's like, oh, wow, wow, wow. And from that point on, guess what? She has been checking up on the matter. So I think that's how I handle it. And then when there are conversations that must be had, like I said, I mentioned it to you. Sometimes the conversation will be just easy peasy. You can even say it as a joke, and then you guys will laugh it off. You apologize and laugh it off. But sometimes it will be a hard conversation. No, no, no. Esther and I have had some hard conversations. And I'm like, oh my God. Am I married? Am I married to you? Am I your husband? Are you my wife? I don't understand.
My
Why are we having such
God.
intense conversations?
Woo.
But those tough conversations must be had if you want to make progress in that relationship, if you want to go deeper in that friendship, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that for now.
This your way of handling hurt is very mature. Like it's very, I internalize. Wow. Some of us are called down, we'll scatter the ground. Like, are you people? Ah,
Mm,
we'll scatter the
mm,
ground. But I really absolutely agree with what you said. And I know that hurts are real. These things happen even to the best of us. But you really must get to that
mm,
point where you realize that your friend is human.
mm,
Your friend is human. One, two, we have to give allowance for our friends to make mistakes. We have to give allowance for our friends to make mistakes. Three, if there are people that you've known for a while, eh, believe that they have your best interest at heart. Have that one first.
yes.
Then let them prove you wrong. I had an
Mm,
experience recently where I was really upset with this person. Oh, believe me, I was off the roof. I was so upset. And then someone said, I hope you know that whatever this person said was because she has your best interest at heart. And
mm,
it's as if the thing just rearranged my head. I'm like, it's true. Now, this person has my best interest at heart based on precedence. This person has a track record of doing things for me with me
mm,
based on the fact that she has my best interest at heart. So it was easy for me to believe in that instance that Esther, you really didn't even give this person allowance.
mm,
You assumed this person deliberately wronged you. How did you
mm,
assume this person deliberately wronged you when you know this person has a track record of different
yeah.
scenarios where this person
Mm,
has stood up for you, defended you, prayed for you, showed up to be
mm,
a good friend? So if someone has consistently been a good friend over the years and the person just, you know, switches, yes, I understand the desire to want to do gbasgbos, but you really may want to think about it. what could have engineered this, just to give the person a
Yeah.
benefit of doubt. And you will not see that
Mm.
when you have a conversation with the person was probably thinking about the matter through a different
Mm.
lens. The person was
Yeah.
probably in a different headspace. I remember
Yeah.
one time when I had that my friendship heartbreak, you know, that one that almost made us have our own friendship heartbreak.
Well.
I remember that I was not in a good space. Like,
Mm.
oh my God, this thing broke me. It shattered me, broke me into all the pieces you can think of. You would think it
Mm.
was a man that said he's not marrying me again or something. Like, it was really that bad. And then it spilled into my relationship with you. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
at that point, you wanted me to be a certain kind of friend to you. Can you remember? Like, it looked
Yeah.
as if you're transiting into a season where you needed
Mm.
more support. I, on
Mm.
the other hand, I was bleeding. I was
Yeah.
practically, I was emotionally losing blood, if you can put it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't even have strength for myself. Talk more of
Mm.
having strength to support
Mm.
another person. And I
Yeah.
remember that you were asking, you were even vulnerable enough to say, babe, I need
Mm.
you here. But in that
Mm.
moment, I honestly could not be that person. I honestly
Mm.
did not even have the willpower. As a matter of fact, my entire dynamics of friendship was so shattered that I couldn't even bring myself to function.
Mm.
And I know you were very hurt by that experience, because for you, you were like, no, this is what Esther would do normally. But then I have gotten
Mm.
to the point where I really need Esther to be Esther, and she's not showing up for me. So it is easy for you to judge that situation and say, ah, now wow, Esther is a bad person. And you may be right if you say it like that. But there's the other side to it. The other side that
Mm.
you may not even be aware of. The other side that I was also grieving, I was healing. I
Mm.
basically did not have the capacity. So, what this tells me is we have to learn to look beyond our feelings, look beyond the way we feel about a certain situation, and just put ourselves in the shoes of the other party. And you will be shocked at the
Mm.
reality you would meet. And if you now realize that, oh, this person deliberately just didn't want to show up for you, this person doesn't just like you, or
Mm.
this person is, there's when somebody will show you that I wasn't joking.
Yeah.
I really meant it. This is
Mm-hmm.
who I am. Please believe them.
Yeah. Believe. Yeah.
Please believe them.
Yeah.
Because some people
Mm-hmm.
will not give excuse for that kind of thing again. Person don't show you, say,
Mm.
this is me, I am a wicked person. You will say, no, I see the best in you. We know
Mm.
you see the best in them, but don't put yourself into trouble because of that. Also, I
Yeah.
just wanted to add that to the conversation. Okay, so next question. Next question is, how do you prevent jealousy and still carry others along on your success story? So this question is so important because the registration people feel there. I just kept on seeing,
Mm.
why is there so much of jealousy in female friendships? Why is there so much of comparison? Why, excuse me, why can't females be genuinely happy for their friends? I
Mm.
can't reason the question. I reason the question. I say, okay, I think I don't understand where people are coming from. Because
Mm.
myself and Ewa are even in the same industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember myself being jealous of what
Mm.
Ewa is doing.
Mm.
Instead, I find myself being inspired. Yes, I acknowledge that these thoughts come in once in a while. Yeah. When you're
Mm.
like, yeah,
Mm.
Ewa wants to do XYZ. But you don't let it
Mm.
define you. You don't let it define your friendship. You
Mm.
you 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 deal with it. We had already talked about how to deal with it when in our conversation with Teju. You deal with it, you face it, you pray for the person, you talk about whatever it is you need to do, you do it, but it doesn't define it. And we share
Mm.
each other's success stories. Sometimes you even call me like, Esther, that was good, well done. So when I saw the
Mhm.
question, I'm like, okay, I think I should ask you. You are in my industry, or I am in your industry, as the case is. So tell me, how do you prevent jealousy and still carry others along on your success story?
So, I was going to say something, but okay, I won't say it. I will say it. So jealousy. I like to look at jealousy in two ways, right?
Hmm.
Um, jealousy is, in a sense, jealousy is not totally bad. And don't shoot me yet. Calm down. Let me land.
Land before they
Right.
will crop that part.
Yeah. Okay, but they drag me on social media. But yeah, so jealousy is not all wrong because many times the feeling of jealousy, the thing that is triggered when you see another person progressing or you know making moves is because, at least for the average person, there's people that are, for lack of a better word, which is witchcraft is their thing. They are just any good thing anywhere, they are just against it. But for the average normal human being, especially if you're a believer, the spirit of God is inside of you, right? There's something, that thing that triggers when you see someone making progress, moving forward, is usually because it's a pointer to the fact that they are headed in the direction that you should be headed, that they are attaining and achieving something that something inside you is also crying out to achieve, right? It's
Hmm.
it's it's because you see something good and you desire something good as well, right? It's not always bad. Oh, I'm jealous. It's not always bad. There's something in the Bible that says covet earnestly, spiritual gifts. When you see someone going in the direction that this is where I'm supposed to also head or be, and something I'm supposed to attain as well,
Mhm.
of course something is going to awaken inside of you. And we see it in
Yeah.
the sense of inspiration. Why
Mhm.
are you inspired? Why did someone inspire? It's because they are on the path that you also want to be on. And so you learn from them, you take cues from them. That feeling is not bad. It's when you now allow the
Hmm.
devil to breathe on it. And then when we say,
To
oh, God,
sit
breathe your
on it,
name on it.
to
The devil too,
brood
they
on it.
breathe on matter. When you allow the devil to brood on the matter, and then he begins to inject thoughts
Hmm.
that are just destructive, that's when it becomes a problem, right? So if you see your female friend achieving things and there's a desire in you, or even if it's the other way, you're achieving things, attaining things, and they're expressing a desire that they too, don't automatically say, oh, they are jealous of me, they don't wish me well, I must be careful, oh, I can't share my success with you. Not necessarily.
Hmm.
They're just acknowledging the fact that something good is happening to you, and I also desire for this same thing to happen to me, right? um and then when there's emotional maturity and there's genuine love, guess what? You won't, you that you are attaining it, you won't try to deprive your friend of it. Rather, you will show them the way. You will show them the way,
Show
right?
them the way.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
hard. If you really love the person, you also wish them well. You're not in love, you're not trying to be just one step above your friend. No, no, no. That's the world kind of friendship. That's not what
Yeah.
we're preaching here.
Hmm.
In this kind of kingdom friendship, you're not, there's a way the Bible says it, and in TPT translation, I wish I got it out. But it says that you're not you're not in this, it's not a game of who will get it first, who will have it
Hmm.
first, who will have it more. It's not a competition. I think that's the
It's
way
not
I'm
a
trying to say. It's not a
competition.
competition, right?
Yeah.
So even if you feel it, you can acknowledge that feeling and you can express
Yeah.
it in a way that is not, you don't demean the good thing that the person has,
Hmm.
right? So there must be a lot of emotional maturity in this thing. There must be.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think I should pause. And okay, there was something I also wanted to add. You are the one attaining, right?
Yeah.
I know there will be the part of rubbing it in each other's face and all of that. Don't
Mm-hmm.
rub it in your friend's face in that sense. Although all things being equal, it shouldn't feel like you are rubbing anything in anybody's face if you are sharing your good
Hmm.
news, right? But you too, when you know that this is something that your friend desires, there's a way that you will share it from the point of, thank you, we've been praying about this thing, God has done my own, I know God will do your own too. You will share it from a place of understanding that this thing I have, this person also wants it. So I must be careful. I must acknowledge the person's feelings, that the person might not necessarily, the person will be happy for me, but still a bit, longing for it. And it's not bad. don't now make them feel like they're the worst, right? So yeah, I'll just pause there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I think that, so now this is what I do. I like to pray. I like to pray before I have this type of conversations, especially when it is something I know my friend really desires, but does not have, and I have it. Because let's face it, we are humans. We are humans. Sometimes flesh comes in the way.
Mm,
Yeah. So I have a good news. I want to share it with you. I may want to consider the timing too, and be sure that I am sharing it with you at the right time. I am sharing it with you at a time that doesn't come across as me rubbing it off on you. Because it is so easy for us to begin to feel like, oh, this person is just rubbing it to my face. I feel like there are some people who just say it without considering time and season. They just say it. You're not
mm,
concerned about how the
mm,
person is, what the person, like the person just finished crying with you that, hey, Tunji has broken up with me, and then you say, I'm getting married.
yeah.
People
Mm-hmm.
do that. They do, and I feel they do
Mm,
that because they are not emotionally intelligent, sincerely. So if you are here, I
mm,
think you need to start praying to God to help you to become emotionally intelligent, and you need to start reading books on it. Really, because there are
mm,
people they would want to say it at the height of your own victory. Like you are celebrating, and it's that moment they just feel like, yes, let me also say my own.
mm,
And you're not wondering, allow me, you'd
mm.
have allowed me enjoy, like bask in it first, and then you not tell me your own, and we'll not share it together. I
Yeah.
remember one of my friends, Tosi. So myself and Tosi, then we're in the university now. We're praying, trusting. No, sorry, we're out of school. We're done, and we're praying, just going for a life partner, just going for a life partner, father, down, 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 down. We're praying together. And one day, I just had a sense that this babe don't enter a relationship. I just knew. I
Mm,
just knew. Like it was just a knowing. This babe has gotten into a relationship. And in my heart, I was like, as the knowing was so sure that I wasn't even trying to. It wasn't a is she not? It was a she is. And I'm like, she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. And then
mm,
eventually she said it. I don't know if she said it or I was one that even had to call her attention. I can't remember how that happened. And I felt very bad that she didn't tell me. We were both praying. Yes, me too. I never get my own. But we were both praying that God to settle us. God now settled you. You did not know how to tell me. And then she said that she just didn't know how to say it to me because she knows I am also trusting God for it. That's why she just,
mm,
felt she should keep it to herself. And I don't know why that memory stands out for me, but it really did stand out for me because it now made me think, what is really the best way to share good news? Because for her, she was justified to not want to tell me because she feels like this person does not have what I have. But on the other hand, I was also feeling offended because I'm like, babe, I am your friend. Why didn't you tell me this? So it's just a very dicey thing. What may I do to make life easy for myself is to pray to God about it and just say, Daddy, this is a good news I want to share. Give me wisdom on how to share it. So you're
mm,
trusting, you have a friend trusting God for a child, and you've taken in. You can't just call and just say, babe, what's up? I just want to know I've taken it. This person has trusted God for a child for 7 years, and then you just boom, say it like that. Eh, 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 eh. You can
mm,
say the person is happy for you, but it's also a reminder that God, how far now? You never pick up my call. But if you pray about it, I believe there's way God will steer that conversation. That by the time you have it, you are using the right words, the right expression, and it just turns out to be a beautiful journey of testimony, like a beautiful journey of faith. It gives you that Mary Elizabeth kind of vibe. Why this person says it and it just leaps up in the womb of the other person, like, yes,
mm,
God is also doing my own. So I think
mm.
that you need to be emotionally intelligent, and you also need to pray. And
Sure.
Christian, please don't downplay prayers. I beg, pray,
Yeah.
hard. Daddy, how
Mm,
do I share this? Especially if the person does not have what you have. The person
mm,
has your best interest at heart. That's not the conversation. The person loves you. Yes. But sometimes you really have to know how to package what you're saying so that it doesn't come
mm.
across as you rubbing it off on the other person's face. And then
Yeah.
I remember another experience where funny enough, it was still Tosin's wedding day. I love you, Tosi. Tosi's wedding day. I knew the guy, yo. I mean, the guy is my friend too. I know got married. And I say, the very moment they joined us together, now say begin here, my husband, my husband, my husband, my husband this, my husband that. I say, Nikini.
Oh my goodness.
I said, Nikini and your husband. I know the person you're talking about now. Why you packaging it as my husband? And to be honest, I was offended. Like I just felt like, is it because
Mm,
I don't have, is it because I'm not in a relationship with someone? I wasn't in a relationship at that point. Like,
mm.
is it because Abi was I was, oh Jesus, Oba must not hear
You
this
were,
part.
you were,
I was,
you
I was,
were,
I was.
you were.
I was not just married when I wasn't
Yeah.
married. So I was like, is it because I am not married? Which one is my husband? Like,
Mm,
I mean, the very day, you don't understand. The very day they
mhm,
finished traditional wedding, Tosi just came into the room. Okay, my husband's bag is there. My husband's, I'm like,
but
kilo,
that's
kilo.
bad, man.
Do you know that
That's
I had
bad.
to, I had to get home, and then I was
Mm,
speaking with my mentor at that point, and she said, "Is he not her husband?
exactly.
How is that your problem?" And what that experience taught me was sometimes we are the ones thinking people are rubbing it off on our faces.
Mm, true. So true.
Sometimes we are just the ones thinking people are rubbing it off on our faces. It is
Mm,
our perception and our insecurity that makes
yeah.
us think the person is deliberately trying to rub it off. I am sure for
Mm,
her, at that point, she was just trying to get
mm,
used to that new
yeah.
system. Like, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
am married. Let me keep telling myself, I am married. My husband, my husband. She wasn't
Mm-hmm.
saying it
Mm-hmm.
to spite me or spite any other
Yeah.
single lady there. She was saying it because she was trying to acclimatize with her new reality. I, on the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, decided to interpret it as
Mm-hmm.
she trying to rub it on my face.
Mm,
So
mm,
what this tells me now is that you may need to begin to evaluate what you mean by she rubbed it on my face.
yeah.
Because sometimes the person wasn't rubbing anything on your face. It was your
Mm-hmm.
insecurity that interpreted it as rubbing off
Mm-hmm.
on your face.
Absolutely.
Next question. Before I ask this question, there's one I want to ask. Yeah. And my question is, people talk when some people talk about online friendships. I don't understand where they used to get their own friends from. Oh. I
Hmm.
don't know. But I know we met online, babe. Like you slid into my DM. You slid into my see, let me tell you guys what Ewa did. Ewa slid into my DM.
Mm,
I didn't know how she did it, but the girl don't check my life. She don't say, okay, I think Esther needs help here. She needs help here. So I am going to help in this area, this area, this area. So she
mm.
showed up correct. She showed up like, maybe you need me and there's nothing you can do about it. I am your knight in shining armor. You're gonna love me. Emi
Yeah.
ọmọ tí ó gọ̀. I looked at her. I said, "Come on, you mean you have all the solutions for me? Bring it. I love you already." But the reality was, we actually met
Oh
online,
my goodness.
and
Mhm.
here we are. And I was telling myself earlier today. I said, "Isn't it weird that it is the person I met online that became my best lady, like, chief bridesmaid for my wedding?" I had friends that I've known 5 years before then, some 10 years before then.
Mm,
What's up? Which effort did Ewa cook for me? Why Ewa, baby? So my question is, I just want you to, it's not exactly a question. I just want you to put in a word for online
mm,
friendships so that people can see that it can work and something
mhm,
beautiful can come out of it. As I when you were
mhm.
coming for my wedding, I think that should be like, I don't know the number of times we must have seen before that time, sharp. But it's not as if we're seeing. We're online
Yeah.
friends for more than a year before you came to Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then we began to see in person. So please just encourage somebody in case somebody is thinking of sliding into somebody's DM. So it's not just for marriage, it's also for friendship.
Yeah. It's also for friendship. It's also for friendship. And I would say slide with caution. Or slide with caution. Don't just be sliding. You know, go break your leg.
if you if you
Um.
If you slide anyhow, you slide out anyhow.
Oh my God. I see my husband in the chat. Hi, boo. So good to
Come
see
on,
you. Good evening, sir. Thank you
come
for
on.
being here.
Gay, gay, gay.
I love you, sir. I'm not going to make this about us. Let me go straight
Wahala.
to the
Hello,
question.
ma. Face, face, face,
Okay,
face. Yeah. Yes, ma.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. All right. So
Focus.
online friendships, online friendships are, like I said, slight with caution, right? Because the truth is, these days, sometimes what you see is not really what is true, or is not what you get in real life. Um,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
age of filters, in the age of photoshopping pictures, in the age of people presenting a front that is not true, you have to be very careful. Um, but for me and Esther, right? Um, no, you didn't ask me to talk about me and you. You asked me to talk about online friendships.
No, you can.
Why are you
Why
flipping
not?
your hair already?
What's in
Why
my
are you
head?
already
I'll
flipping your
talk about us, baby.
I think yes, someone is quoting what you said. Something beautiful can come out of online friendships. Um, I think what I think what drew me to Esther and why this relationship is still solid till today is because it wasn't a flippant decision. I didn't just see
Hmm.
someone online who looked like, oh, she had nice things, she had perfect pictures, she looked good externally, she had been to the Bahamas, one thing, one thing, one thing. I say, I like this person. Let me slide into the DM. Nah, that's not what happened. What happened was I saw your comment on Mrs. Temitope Olagbege's post, one of her posts, where she told us to share our stories or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you shared yours. No, I shared mine, and then I was now going through other people's own, right? And then I saw Diary of a Single Lady, and then I can't remember what you wrote, but what you wrote stood out to me. So I didn't even it was not about your page. I'd not been to your I didn't know anything about you before then, right? I just saw what you put there, and what you put, captured my attention. It was a case of, like you said, a Mary Elizabeth moment. Something leaped inside of me, right? And I said, okay, I must investigate further who this person is. And then I
Mm-hmm.
think I went to your page and
Mm-hmm.
I signed up for one of your programs that was coming up, Thorn Flesh, and then it was from that chat that we are here 5 years later, right? Um, but I think that's really what it is. The effort that you speak about,
Mm-hmm.
none of us cooks that effort. God cooks that effort for us, right? And He served it to both of us, right? And then we jokingly say sometimes that, oh, it's like they're turning that effort again. They're turning it. So what I'm trying to say is that it was God ordained, it was God orchestrated. And so just don't close your mind to how God will connect you to
Mm. I
kind
love
of
that.
friends that you are desirous of,
Don't
to
close your
destiny
mind, man.
friendship. Don't be God. God is God. You can't box God and say, oh, you must meet the person in church. You must meet the person in. We met online, and there was no way we could have met if it was not online. I don't
Hmm.
know which circles we did not have
At that
similar
point, we
circles.
didn't. You're right.
We had
Yeah.
nothing similar.
Hmm.
I remember first day I saw Esther physically when I was back, and then I went to her house, and then my father is like, "You don't know this person. You met her online. Are you not hearing what's
I could
happening to
have
Facebook? People
kidnapped
that
you,
meet on
baby.
Facebook. People that meet on Facebook. Are you not hearing what's going on?" And it was because I was going to even sleep over there and everything, and it was
Yeah.
like they were scared. But I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not normal. This is not the
It's not
regular.
normal.
God is in this story, right? So,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I think that's how come our own online friendship became something beautiful. It wasn't, it wasn't shallow. It wasn't surface stuff that connected us. And yeah, back to the things that you said. I saw, and funny enough, I wasn't even fully in this career path. I had a sense, I
Yeah.
had a passion for relationships and all that, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. I never thought I was going to do it as a full career.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was
and then,
shocked.
mhm. But you were doing it as a full career at the time. You were already on that career, path. You were already pursuing it
Yeah.
fully. And who knew that, because I served in Diary of a Single Lady. I didn't announce that I want to serve you, but like you said, I saw where I could fill in gaps, and I literally interned in quotes, informally interned under Diary of a Single Lady, right? And in all the things I was in, I
Yeah.
was learning things. I was watching, I
Hmm.
was learning, and I didn't know that I was taking in something that God
Didn't
was going to
know.
use in the future. Because now I'm in the career path, and I'd seen, I'd learned, right, from you, and I'm having goosebumps because I'm even just connecting the dots right now of how God has just, in my own mind, I was helping you, not knowing that you were also indirectly helping me.
Hmm. Oh Lord,
My power's gone there. I'm just going to turn off my. Okay, we're back.
let
Okay,
there
that
be
was
lights.
all right. It's back. Right. So I think the summary of it, just so that we can go back to the other question you had in mind, is just don't be closed-minded on this journey of life. You don't know what the Lord can do. He can surprise you. So yeah.
Sis, this thing where you just stop now, where we need to chew on it,
We
No,
do.
I think we need to, because we've not even exactly talked in this dimension.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I was legit shocked when
Mm.
I saw marriage counselor. I'm like,
Mm.
wow, Brandy Momo Ifuma.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Brandy,
Yeah.
I knew you. I knew you as
Mm.
someone who was going into communication. That was your theme.
Yeah.
How ma?
Mm-hmm.
And what this just tells me is we are children of God. Be spirit led. Now I am talking to Christians. I
Mm.
am talking to Christians. I am talking to the household of faith.
Yeah.
If you're a child of
Wow.
God,
Mm.
allow the Spirit of God lead you in all things.
Yeah.
In all things. And
Mm.
this is why you can't afford to be emotional about everything. You
Mm.
can't afford to be emotional. You can't afford to put sentiment. You can't afford to put your own prejudice or whatever. If the Lord
Yeah.
tells you go, go.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
for me on the receiving end, I had a choice. I could have said, hello, ma, from where to where? And I
Mm.
would have shut down
Mm.
this opportunity. Do you know the many conversations we've had? Away from what we do for the public, the many soul steering conversations we have had. I was about to say as a couple, we
Mm.
have had as friends. Do you understand?
My husband is on
Like
this call, man. Please.
it's been a blessing to me. And I'm sure it must have been a blessing to you. And can't you just see the way God orchestrates things? Like just you
Mm.
connecting the dots. It's so beautiful. You didn't even know what was in front of you. You were just basically working. You were just serving.
Mm.
You were just doing what the Father wanted you to do part time. And you know what this tells me is it does not have to make sense. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Today, I said I was going to do a vlog on this. So, I was gisting over yesterday. That's my husband, by the way. I think I should also give a shout out to my husband. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
worry. For me, God will then flush it water.
We
Any
celebrate you,
baby,
sir. Esther's Oba. Esther's
I'm
king. We
not even
celebrate you,
lying.
sir.
This nothing is real. Calm down. Gosh, she's mad.
See your
Oh
pet.
Lord.
So you're doing a good job, sir. We see your
No,
heart.
but really, that guy is solid. Forget stuff.
Mm.
Number one, we met online. Again, I think there's something with me and online ministry. Oluwa shall me. Show me the way, show me the light. But we meeting online is not even a conversation right now.
Mm.
I was telling him yesterday. I said, Oba, it is the day you are not around that I get to do tech things. And somebody will call me out and say, Esther, hello, ma. Nothing that you did is not good.
Wow.
Because I had sent an email. I sent
Mm.
a reminder email, yeah, on Thursday. And a friend of mine, in the goodness of his heart, had to send me a long email in response to say, my husband said, all for me. Kilo feel, it's all for you now. Feel, hello me. Let's now focus, focus, focus. And a friend of mine had to send me a long email to say, babe, I saw your message in my spam. And this means that I'm sure there will be so many other persons that wouldn't receive it. Da 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 da. And I was thinking about it, I said, it's because you were not around. If you were around, you would have put me through it. I would have done a better job. The day you are not around too, my cover designs are always very whack. Any day I just shall do design by myself. See, I'm not even joking. I have seen this thing happen many times. Any day I do design by myself, that my husband is not around, I did not show him. I said, what do you think? And I just post it online. You will think I don't even have eyes. You will think that me too, I don't have capacity to create design.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking to myself how God gives us who we need for our destinies.
Yes. Yes.
For me, when we're meeting, that's myself and my husband, it looked more like the immediates. Oh, I like you, you like me, I love you, you love me. But as far as God was concerned, it had nothing to do with our emotions. It had everything to do with destiny. God knew that on this journey I am on, I needed someone in his space that will be able to fill in the gaps for me effortlessly. If I am to pay, I know how much I would be paying. I pay in kind. No, I still pay. But but I pay in kind. Go figure. But my point is that God saw the end from the beginning. He knew the journey. He knew what was required of me, even when I did not know. When I met my husband, I wasn't even doing anything related to this career right now. I was thinking I was going to be a newscaster and that was going to be my life. And it was that media thing that brought us together. Yours was branding and communication. Mine was more of TV. And see God, if you are listening to us right now, I want you to open up your hearts and allow God send to you the people you need for your journey. There are people you need for your journey. You may not see their use. You may not really figure it out. You may not be able to place it. Look at Ewa. It took Ewa 5 years to connect the dots.
Yeah.
That she was interning. It was intern, maybe. But my point is, you don't even know. You're not even seeing the full picture. No matter what you think you are seeing right now, you don't even know the end. Yeah. And you see, I have also come to realize that because there is destiny attached to that friendship or relationship, the devil will attack it. And that was what he did with us. I think at this point, we want to, go into that conversation. Crazy stuff. It looked as if somebody was shaking me and Ewa from the roots. Like, yes. It felt as if they wanted to uproot it, like excavate. It was an excavation that was about to go on. Emotions were clashing. And on my end, I just said it earlier, I had a really terrible friendship breakup. Really terrible friendship breakup. That was the fire that the devil just decided to leverage on. I didn't see it coming. It came. It really broke me. For 6 months, I was grieving for a friend. So I don't see shaggy. And at that point, I started to reevaluate my entire friendship. All of them. Now you and Augusta so far and pass. Oh no, I no even lie. No, so far and more. Because I knew the kind of relationship I had with you guys then. But at that point, it was like, is this how friendship works? Like you give your all to somebody and the person will just dish you for the slightest thing. Nah, we need to reevaluate these things. And then we now started to have those clashes. We now started to, if you don't treat me this way, I cannot do this. If you don't do this, I cannot do this. And then we started to have those conversations. And it looked as if they kept on fanning to flame. They say fan to flame the gift inside you. This one, they were fanning to flame. They were fanning to flame. Even like I said, they fan the anger, they fan the misunderstanding.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But it is funny that through it all, you could just still see the hand of God. It just looked as if there was God behind the scene on your side, on my side, sort of holding us back to say, don't pull in, don't pull out, pull off the plug yet. Hold on. And God bless our husbands. Please come back. We are talking love matter right now. God bless our husbands. I say God bless our husbands because I remember at some point when we later started talking, you were telling me how your husband was so instrumental in keeping you sane, in ensuring that you were seeing things in the proper perspective. Our husbands were seeing the value we were not even seeing. Or maybe we were seeing it, but we're not even just acknowledging. And
Yeah.
see, marry for kingdom purpose. Oh. These guys are guys led by the Spirit of God in themselves. They had like, it's as if God just opened their eyes to see us in a light bigger than how we're seeing ourselves. And so they were able to keep us
Yeah.
grounded and say, Esther, calm down. Eva, calm down. Okay, do you want me to come in? Do you want us to talk about it? Okay, just express yourself to me. And all of that
My
happened
husband was even
till
still
God.
checking on Esther. Now they're almost even trying to be best friends more than us. But yeah,
No,
we
we
leave
are
that.
best friends. No. You would have to match
And he
up.
said
I'm
it. He
sorry.
said
I'm
it on
saying it
live
to your face.
TV. Wow.
I'm saying it online. Your husband is the real G. I applaud that guy. Like your husband ensured that, no, but now that you're talking about your husband, that guy deserves some real flowers.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
husband knew that we're having issues, but he also knew the value of our relationship. And because of that, even though he was listening to you rant, he will still come to me and check up on me. He will
Yeah.
still say hi, more like, if I don't say too often now, why are they clash? But I'm going to ensure there is an open communication here. I would ensure that we don't close this door completely. And you see that you can't, believers, allow God lead you into these things. Allow him lead you into marriage. Allow him lead you into friendships.
Yeah.
Yes, if not, you will miss out on the bigger picture. You will miss out on the bigger blessings. You will think it's just about you, but no, it is not just about you. There are lives attached to you, attached to the relationship, attached to the marriage. And it took God to practically mend us back, to give us individual understanding, individual healings. And this took about how many years? 2 years, almost 2 years. Yeah, to
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
get it back. Almost 2 years. And you
Yeah.
know the beautiful thing, we didn't post it online. I think I need to also go there.
Let's
We
go
did not
there.
post it online. We didn't do Instagram live and say, hey, this is what my friend did to me. I don't know why people do that, but I think it's childish, for lack of a better word. You have an
It
issue with
is.
your friend. You now come online to post about it. You even mention the person's name. You don't fight like pigs. You don't get yourself dirty because you are hot. No. As a matter of fact, you defend the integrity of that person, even though you are hot. That's what we do in kingdom friendships. We don't, yes. Tell you say resist the urge to shalaye. Resist the yes. We didn't come online to say, oh, it has ended, everybody, oh yeah, I'll come and take sides. No. Because even though we are individually hurt, I will still be a covering to you. Even though I am upset with you, it is my responsibility to ensure your name is not soiled. Soiled. Soiled.
No, you got it the first time. Swelled. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Soiled, yeah. It is my responsibility. It's my responsibility to cover you.
Yeah.
Even the person that triggered my disconnect with you. It's so funny that it took 2 years for somebody to ask me, Esther, this person used to be in your circle of friends, kilo shell. Even at that, I didn't shall I still covered the person. So can we learn to start covering people?
Yeah.
Cover them, cover them. You don't need public shalaye. You don't, and even if you will talk about it, defend their integrity. Just find a way. Yeah, I don't know how I got to that point, but I think it was just important for me to bring that into the conversation.
You
So,
are.
in summary, to be honest, I don't know the question again. I just went off. But in summary, allow God choose your friendships.
Yeah.
Allow God choose your friendships. And open up your hearts. I remember when I met Tochi. Tochi is my makeup artist, even though she's not in the abroad, but she's still my makeup artist. I met Tochi when I was doing this app in 2013. Tochi, please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. And she was my makeup partner. She was my partner. She was the person I was paired with.
Mm.
After we did that whole 3 weeks, or I can't 3 months, I can't even remember the length of time. We disconnected. We were trying to build a relationship, but the relationship did not work. And then
Mm.
we disconnected. And then 2017, it's like 5 years down the line, we reconnected online again. Online. Lord, are you speaking? We reconnected online. And
Mm.
she was the one that did my first professional makeup that I used for my professional shoots that spanned like 3 years on my journey.
Wow.
And she did it for free. And from there, we started to move on. It became, oh, I have this event. I need you to help me with this. I need you to do this for me. And Tochi
Mm.
would not even collect the amount she's supposed to collect normally. Tochi is collecting a fraction of what she would normally charge. So I am going
Mm.
somewhere. I'm not just sharing a story. Yes, thank you, Tochi. 2013. We met 2013. We met 2013 in person. The relationship did not work till 2017 when we reconnected online. Now, somebody will say,
Mm.
ah, Shebi, you met 2013. And it did not work. If it did not work, it did not work. None here. Just go. Allow it
Yeah.
pass. God
Mm.
knew I needed Tochi in 2017, right up to 2023. He made me connect with her in 2013. Because if I was to pay Tochi for every single makeup, me, it's any career, it's not possible. I would have used all my life savings to pay her. That's the truth.
Mm.
God knew
Mm.
who I needed for my journey, and
Right.
he blessed me with the person. So I'm just saying, be open-minded. You don't even know what God is doing with the people he is bringing your way. You can't afford to shut down relationships. You can't afford to shut down friendships. You can't afford to say, oh, she didn't respond well to me. Don't, she did not respond well to me after we finished the this apple. But I'm not saying she was rude. I just mean, just flow. So it just died a natural death. And what that taught me is the fact that a relationship isn't working now does not mean it still may not work in the next 5 years. If it is for
Yeah.
kingdom agenda, God himself will bring the people you need for him to drive
Okay.
his purpose. So we need to
Mm.
start looking beyond the flesh, beyond our
Mm.
own needs, and start seeing how our friendships, our
Mm.
relationships can meet the needs of the kingdom and
Mm.
bless generations. So this is me saying, thank you, Tochi. Thank you, Mr. Eni-Odunjo. And of course, thank you, Oba. Flips here. Moving on.
No, you won't thank
Oh my
me.
God. Do you want to add anything before I move on?
You won't thank me.
Ah, my love, my darling. Me, I will not
Yes, yes.
thank you. You
Trust
want
me,
no
trust me,
more.
trust me.
Omo Repe Costa. My
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, so next question is, how do you handle long distance friendships, especially in this Jackpot era? I ask because you are the queen of long distance friendships.
Long distance relationship. Yeah, yeah, that's my
Ewa,
forte. That's my thing.
was Ewa was my online friend for more than a year. And I don't know how she did it, but we connected. In fact, I was
Mhm.
closer to her than some people that I met physically, or some people
Yeah.
that I have known physically.
Mm.
How do you do it? Now, before you respond, I remember an experience I had. There was this friend of mine that I knew in university. Are we blessed? Are we learning something? You guys are not commenting, no. Please drop your comments. Are we the only ones here? Have you got to cook dinner? Oh my God. I remember there was this friend of mine that's in the university. She was my friend in university. Yeah.
Mm.
And then life happened, everybody went their separate ways, da 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 da. And I just thought of her. I really craved that friendship that we had. I loved that relationship. And I just said, it would be good to reconnect with this person.
Mm.
She's now in the abroad. And then somehow she even responded. And I'm like, how we were, I loved it, da 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 da. And she said, that she too, she really likes it. She has missed it. She likes something like that. But the season she's in, masters, this one, that one, that one. And then she said, so what will happen is I'll put you on the schedule. I'll call you. We'll be calling once in a, I think maybe once in a week, maybe once in 2 weeks or something. I was so angry. Oh my God, I was legitimately angry. Like, what do you mean? Me, I was
Hmm.
used to spontaneous conversations. I want to talk to you. I just pick up my phone and call you, and we are fine. And now you're not telling me how to put me on calendar schedule. Do you know? Like,
Hmm.
hello, what's the meaning of that? And I didn't even bother. I
Hmm.
didn't call. I didn't follow up. So the friendship died before it even started. Yeah, this was some years ago. But now I now see that really, really, I think the life of those abroad is different from is different from my life. Let me speak for myself. So how
Hmm.
do we handle long distance relationships, especially in this jackpot season? Because believe me, many people are losing it. Talk to me.
Yeah. Okay, so I personally love long distance relationships, friendships, and all of that.
Wait. Did you say
Because
you love long distance relationships?
yes, I said it. Can I let me land? Don't shoot me yet. Thank you.
You have the floor.
So I love it, and I'm not saying that it should be for life or extended, for longer than it should
Mhm.
be. Um, but I like it, especially for a season in a relationship or a friendship, excluding marriage, please. Let me just put that out
Oh,
there.
really?
Yes, excluding marriage, because it long distance tests a relationship, and it can sound scary. It can sound like, oh, what do you mean? Why should we test our friendship? But the truth is, many friendships are built on straw, on what do you call it? On shifting ground, in a sense, right? But distance tests, it makes you have, especially when you go into a different culture and a different system and all of that, it makes you evaluate the friendship. You wait, and you have to ask yourself that, is this friendship worth fighting for? Is this friendship worth preserving? And I don't mean the person. I'm not saying the person is not worth it. The person is, no, no, no. This is not about the person. This is about what you share. Again, it goes back to what I
Yeah.
said in the beginning or earlier about the value that you place on it, right?
Mm,
Distance will test that, because, like I say, this is more like romantic relationships, right? When you
mhm.
are away from each other, all you get to do is talk.
It's talk. You're right.
All you do is talk. And connections are built on communication, right? Built on
Hmm.
the not just the quantity but the quality of communication. And the moment
Hmm.
you're able to crack that communication code, right, where you feel comfortable, you feel you're able to be vulnerable at that level, because many of the things we do in name of friendship is just, oh, random gist, hangouts, do. By the time we're done hanging out watching a movie, we've not said anything to each other. We've not really, I don't know you, you don't know me. Do you get?
Hmm.
It's just surface. But with distance,
Hmm.
then we can now say, what is this really made up of? What do we weigh, right? So that's
Hmm.
why I say
Hmm.
I like for friendships and relationships to have that little test of distance. And
Hmm.
now I must now say that we must recognize that not every friendship is for life. Some friendships are for a season. And sometimes the season might end and then the season will open up at another time. Just like you said about you and Tochi, you know. And even with
Yeah.
us too, we were friends in a season, and then for 2 years we were not really friends in that sense. We didn't really know the intricacies of
We're
what was going
just
on in each other's
winging it.
lives like we do now. We were just winging
Yeah.
it, right? We're just coasting. But another season opened up when we had gone through a healing process, and guess what? We are better than when we even started, right?
I got you,
So
baby. I got your back. Sorry, Marvin.
so
Hope you don't lost your line of
when you
thought.
recognize that, when you
Yeah.
recognize that friendships friendships come and go, but not in a negative sense, more in a fluid, like the wave, it comes, the wave, the, how do they say it?
Mm,
It ebbs in, sometimes it will ebb out, other kind of, you will learn to
mm,
flow with it. And what it will
mm,
do for you is that it will make you conscious that you don't burn bridges, right? You
mm,
don't, just because the season changed doesn't mean that you now you now tear apart everything you once built. You don't say, you don't have time for me, I don't have time, I cancel you, I cut you off. No. If the season has changed, understand it. And then what do? You take that friendship and you tie it up with a little bow and keep it neatly. Cherish the memories you have, cherish the moments you shared. It's beautiful. Let it stay beautiful. So that if for
mm,
any reason in the
mm.
future you have to reopen it, guess what? You untie the parcel, you remember the good things, and you flow, you keep going. This age where everything is cancelled, everything is toxicity, everything is, oh, my mental health, everything is, I can't deal. We're too There are too many weak-willed people, right? Weak, like, we're I don't know if that's the right word, but let me just stay on what I'm saying, right? Season. So if you enter into a long distance season and you're
Mm,
not able to manage to navigate it, because it can be challenging. I mean, when I was outside the country, I was a master's student. Master's education is not bachelor's degree education. No, it's a lot.
mm, mm,
It's a lot. And
mm,
outside Nigeria, or let me speak for where I schooled, it's not lacram lapo. No, 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 no. You're gonna do a lot
mm.
of research. You're gonna write a lot
You
of
say
term
lacra.
papers. You're gonna think. They're gonna ask you, what do you think? You're gonna have conversations. It's not that you go and read
Mm,
and they come and answer my questions. No, 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 no. I cannot do a lot of thinking. And then I was working two jobs, and then I was
mm,
maintaining a long distance romantic relationship,
mm,
and I was still in touch with family and everything, but I was still able to maintain a long distance friendship, right? So
mm,
what I'm trying to say before I enter that other part is, if you can't really navigate it, because it's a whole
mhm,
lot, especially for the friend that has jackpot, because it's new to them. There's culture shock, there's everything going on there, right? So
that's it.
if you can't navigate it, don't ruin what you shared. Don't ruin what you shared.
That's
Just just close the book.
mm,
God might open that book again on another chapter, and that's fine, right? So, but then if you look at the whole thing and this particular friendship, you know that you are still in this season together, and we just
mm,
need to figure out how to navigate the
mhm,
changes. Ehen. Now let me come to that.
mhm,
Then you must you must be willing to be, I think Teju used this in the first session, teachable. I think that's the word. You must be humble and teachable. You must be humble and teachable. Both of you must be humble and teachable, right? And what I mean by that is, you don't go with entitlement or expectation that things will be the same, right? It's a new season for this person. Okay, what's your life like over there? What's your schedule like?
yeah,
Where
yeah.
can we fit each other in? Because we must continue this friendship. Oh, we're not packing it for now. It must continue in this season. So how can we fit each other into your new life, your new schedule?
Mm,
And
mhm.
me, I'm a schedule person, oh, and you, self, anybody that know, you're always teasing me about my. If you can't deal, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't apologize for it. It's just the way. Why are you holding your lips?
I want you to land. Land,
Oh
though.
my god. So yeah. Um. What's that face?
Men are ready. She doesn't want to land, so let me come in. Wait, see, I know the way she said it, it sounds sweet. I'm a schedule person. It's annoying. It's very annoying. For me, I'm on the receiving end. It is very annoying. You will send message to Ewa. You will send WhatsApp message to Ewa. Once it is 10 p.m., yo, that message, the 12 noon, Ojo Keji, before she's going to see it.
Hmm.
If you
Wow.
call Ewa, you just call Ewa random calling, and you think she's just going to pick. There is schedule for your call. My dear, there is schedule. You
Oh
want to
my
book,
goodness.
you book session, you book on paid session and say, Ewa, please, when can I call you? Ekpelema, you have the floor. You're a
Can I
schedule
can I
person.
continue now?
I just want you to know it's annoying, but we love it. I mean, we don't have a choice.
All right. Thank you for expressing your thoughts, ma'am. Noted. But yeah, So this is friendship. This is the beauty of friendship, where you understand who this person is and who you are, and then you find a way to. Everybody makes adjustments for the sake of
Yeah.
what you want to build, right? So even though I've programmed my life in a certain way so that I can function effectively, there are times where Esther would call and I'm like, okay, but we schedule, we are doing this, right?
Really?
Let's
Does
talk.
it happen? Are you serious?
We had a
Does
2
it
hours
really happen?
conversation a few days ago.
Yeah, apart from that
And
one, making it. Apart from that one, tell me another one. Does it really happen?
wow, wow.
No, but
Okay, we're
really,
not
does
gonna
it
do that.
really happen? I'm
No, no,
feeling
we're
fly
not gonna
right
do
now.
that. We're not gonna do that on this call. We're not gonna do that on this call. Let's leave it. Let's leave
It
it. Let's leave
happens.
it.
I'm feeling so
Let's leave
important.
it.
I won't even lie.
Let's leave.
I can break your schedule. Wow. Oh,
Oh
nice.
my
Okay.
goodness.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Please
all right.
continue.
So yeah, back to the long distance, right? You understand this person, and you want this to work, so you must be willing to make adjustments for it to work. Um, so yeah, Esther has made me forget all my train of thoughts. Like, so I'm
It's
just
not
gonna pause
me.
there and say,
Don't worry. The next question I ask you is going to help you remember because I was thinking of yanking it off before, but since you said you do remember, I'm also going to ask you. But yeah,
okay.
I just wanted to add to what you said that long distance relationship is hard on both parties, and
Mhm.
both parties need to acknowledge that this is a new transition. Or maybe I think I should even let me ask what I want to ask, then I would see what I want to say, then allow you, finish up. So the next question is, how do you maintain and keep existing friendships that feel you are no longer in the same category just because of change of status? And
Mm,
I know when I was talking to Teju earlier, we're talking about marriage, but now it even goes beyond marriage. It can be a career change. It can be the fact that you've relocated with your family, you're in a
mm,
new place, or you got married, or you put to bed, and all of that. It can
mm,
really be a lot. And I have seen friendship fall out just because of someone's change of status, just because someone's life has been redefined in a certain way. And what I would always say is that if it's a new terrain, you both have to acknowledge it's a new terrain. And it does not have to be the end of your relationship or your
mm,
friendship. And I really, really like what you said, Ewa, when you said um friendships are in seasons. So if for some reason it's not flowing like it should, you don't need to make a
mm,
mess of the memories you've shared. You
mhm,
don't need
mhm,
to, I think that's so important. I think I want
mm,
to stay there, then allow you answer the question. I think that's so important because
mm,
people ruin good moments because they are not getting from that friend in that season what they used to get the previous season.
yeah.
People label their friends negatively
Mm,
because the friendship is not what it is in this season, forgetting the circumstances that has contributed to
mhm,
the change.
yeah.
So it's when you said it there, it honestly stood out for me because if we always remember that we're not going to make a mess of friendships, we would realize that this person has once been good to me.
Yeah.
This person has once been kind to me. This person has
Yeah.
once been there for me. So if this person is
Mhm,
not there for me in this season, he gets why.
yeah.
On my end, I will try my best to see how I can help the person get back to how we were. But
Mm,
if for whatever reason it seems impossible, I will love the person, but from a distance,
yeah.
without ruining what we've shared.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
when I think of our own friendship, I think that if I had this understanding, I probably would have responded faster. I
mhm,
probably would have been more receptive to the rekindled love. Let me put it that way,
mhm,
because it is so easy to
mhm,
label a good experience bad. It is so
mhm,
easy to discard. That's the easiest thing to do. You just look at it
mhm,
and say, she's not even picking my call again, safe nonsense.
mhm,
And then you cancel the person,
mhm,
forgetting that there was a time when you were weak. This person was your strength.
Yeah.
And this one is not about the person offended you. We are not talking about offense right now. We are just basically talking about
Yeah.
seasons when you move from that high yopi yopi, we are all friends, to that moment when it's as if everything settles down. Many people have lost good friendships because they've not been able to navigate seasons. They've not been able to understand that you don't have to lose your friendship because there
Mm,
is a change in season. I have had
mm,
people who, when I birthed Tinuade, they were upset with me because I wasn't picking my calls. In fact, some of them will say, I mean, I never know when to call you because
mm,
maybe you are breastfeeding. And I'm like,
mm,
how does that even make sense to you?
mm,
Do you understand? But if we understand that this person is just in a season, this person may not be able to respond to me like she used to. So I am going
mm,
to respect her season. I will try my best to manage the friendship while also
mm.
giving allowance for her to come around. I think
Yeah,
life would be a better place for all of us. So yeah, you have the
I
floor.
agree.
Should I
I
repeat the
agree.
question
I will appreciate it. Thank you.
again? How do you maintain and keep existing friendships that feel you are no longer in the same category just because of change of status? So this
Hmm.
is everything: friendship, marriage, career, whatever.
Hmm. Again, I feel like it goes back to what we've already said, the value you place on the friendship, and then not burning bridges, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fact in life, we're on different journeys, right? So one might be heading higher or ascending faster than another person in that season, right? Doesn't mean the other person will not catch up. It's just we're all on different journeys, right? Um, and if you even have that at the back of your mind, it will it will make you treat people, especially if you are the one who seems to be going faster. You feel like, oh, you've left all your friends behind, they're not growing as much, and all of that. If you acknowledge and recognize that this life can be very interesting. Oh. Person who is first position today might not be first position tomorrow, right? That will first humble you. It will first make you calm down, right? But we must also acknowledge that it is true that
Mhm.
where you go sort of shapes the kind of people that you want to continue on that journey with, right? So, for example, if I'm careful about using examples because I don't want anybody to take it like hook, line, and sinker. But if you're progressing in your career, you're attending certain conferences, you're going for seminars, you're meeting people who are also attending these kind of things, and you guys are like ascending in your career ladder, and you have a friend who is not necessarily inclined to those kind of things. They're like, "Oh, life is not that hard, it's not that serious. I've already gone to school. Let me just stay on my job," and that kind of thing. There's a tendency that at a point, excuse me, the level of conversations that you're used to having with the people you meet would your taste will change. Let me put it that way. And that friend might not be able to flow at a certain level with you,
Level.
right?
True. True.
They might not have the lingua, the words. When you use those kind of things, like why are you speaking big English? Like it might start to feel like you just start to feel like a fish out of water, like you're not comfortable in this space anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In that
Hmm.
season, I'm going to
Hmm.
speak to the two groups. If you are the one
Please do.
ascending, recognize that you are in a season of rapid growth and you're growing. Your friend can catch up. It's not
Hmm.
your job to force it on them in that season. It's not your job to make them catch up. As much as you can, break it down, break down what you are learning for them in a way that they will get it. Yes, in the conferences, in seminars, you're speaking, industry jargon, you're speaking
Mhm.
contemporary English, all those kind of things. But you know that it's your
Mhm.
friend. They won't get it because they've not been to
Mhm.
where you've been to. So take it,
Mhm.
find an easier way to pass it on to them with the
Communicate.
intent
Yeah.
that as you are sharing that they are also growing, you are now their teacher, but don't act like a teacher in that sense. You get. So let me
Yeah.
share my example. There was a season in my life that I was introduced, I discovered Pastor DDK, PDDK, right? And I was like, oh my God, what is this wisdom? Right. And I'm like, ha, everybody must hear. Everybody must. I became an evangelist. Like, I carried the matter on my head. My friends were tired of me. Like, I went so
I
far.
was.
I even, Nasa. I even went so far as to pay for some of them to join a coaching program just so that they can have access, just so that they can, enjoy what I was enjoying. But the more I did it, the more they were even uninterested, because in a sense I was making it look like, are you not? Don't you want to grow? Don't you want to learn? Da, 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 right? But thank God that I have the wisdom of the Holy Spirit inside of me. I don't know how
Mm,
long it took me to finally get it, to finally realize that, Ewa, they're not on the same journey as you are.
yeah.
They are not going with the way you're going, they're not even going to be interested in what you are selling to them. So the Holy
Hmm,
Spirit helped to begin to have those conversations at the level that they will get it. And it was important for me that my friends will grow alongside with me. And so I was not of the mindset that, oh, I'm going to ditch these people and just roll with
hmm,
the people I'm seeing in these places I'm going to, because I understood, I
mhm,
placed a premium value on these friends already. So I wasn't looking to discard
mm,
them, right? And so that's why I was able to take the patience to distill what I was getting in a way that would not offend them, that will not irritate them in that sense.
mhm,
And eventually, one of them, I'm not going to mention names, now the person loves DDK and the person is, is drinking from that source now. And I'm like, okay, great, right? We thank God. So now to the part of, so let me finish, let me tie this up first. So if you're the one that is
mhm.
experiencing that rapid growth and change of, it might not even just be knowledge, it might be your business is now booming, you're earning more money, or you
Yeah,
got a better job, you're moving to a better part of town, you got a better car, all
yeah.
those things, great things are happening for you. If you value this friendship, you're not going to you're not looking to ditch that. Oh, I've made it, bye guys, peace out, I see you at the top, if you make it to the top. Do you get? No, that's not what's
Mm,
going on here. You love these people, you love this person, and I think I already mentioned this earlier. Now you want to show them the way, but you're going to do it in a way that will not make them feel like, oh, you're rubbing it in their face. Do you get? And now on the other side, if you are the one that you feel like they've left you behind, sorry, I apologize, it's just how life is. But I
mhm.
know that you also desire progress. So you should not hate your friend for making progress. That's witchcraft. Yeah. So you should
Yeah.
celebrate their progress. Celebrate their progress,
Mhm,
cheer them on.
mhm,
But because you value the
mhm.
friendship and because you recognize that, oh, but this thing is a good thing, no, then why don't you also level up? And when I say level up, I don't mean that,
And
oh,
level
you
up.
now go or try to enter something that is not for you in that season. No, no, no. You might not need to go to the conferences that they go to and all of that. But you see something good happening in their life, have conversations around it. Don't sidestep it. Don't let it be the elephant in the room. But I know that you're now on TV, oh, but we won't
Mm,
talk about it. We'll just talk about other things. Let's just leave
hmm.
that one package. No, 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 no. When I started going on TV, but I was like, I was telling my mother, oh my God, Esther is here again. He's even the one that would tell me that, Esther is here, because he was one that was really following up on her because I was still upset. And I'm like, oh my God, wow. And I remember when we finally got back to talking and everything, I think I had some conversations around it with her that, oh, this thing is really nice. How do
Yeah.
you do it? And then we talked about it, right? Because it's progress. I also want to make progress. And because she's my friend and she has gone where I want to go, I will ask her, who better to ask, right? So don't now be the bad belly just because your friend is making progress. Don't be the bad belly now.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. So ask questions, you know, and I think there's some people that deliberately now try to hold the other
Hot
person down.
information. Yeah. Yeah.
So don't be that person. Don't demean your friend's progress. And
Mhm.
yeah, I think I've said what I need to say on that. Yeah.
Okay. Are we still here? Are we learning?
Oh
I
my
need to be
God.
sure we are still here.
I'm here
Oh.
for over 2 hours.
I need to be sure we are still learning. No. Let me tell you, let me just give you the full gist. Okay.
I wanted to add something here. Sorry, don't forget the gist. I wanted to say that, and if for any reason you're unable to manage that gap, that evolution gap, that's that progress inevitably creates, and you lose a friend, it can hurt. But like I said earlier, don't mess things up. But also, I want you to hold this, that there's no scarcity in God. There's no
Hmm.
scarcity of friends in God. As long as you stay open to his instructions, to his leadership, and to receive what he has for you. If a friend walks out of your life, he will another friend will stroll in, because there's no scarcity in God. And you can apply that to every other area of your life. So I just wanted to put that there.
Thank you so much. Really, so true. There is no scarcity in God. And I just wanted to, the gist I had. Ewa was trying to package it. You see that season, eh? That was 2020. Ewa became a lover of DTK. See, Ewa frustrated my life. I won't even lie. But I'm like, DDK, I have listened to DDK. I just didn't connect. Sincerely, like I don't know. I just didn't connect. I've listened to her. It just wasn't working. But it was like, oh, this girl, DDK, hey, Ewa will come and say, they gave them this assignment. I mean, I don't even know what that is. Esther, where are you? Which
I
it
uh,
didn't work. But
mhm,
what I am saying is that you won't believe that by the time we enter 2023, or I think maybe the end of 2022, I think it's 2020, I think it's this year, from beginning of this year, I had a deliberate steering from the father to listen to DDK. Very fun. Like so intense that I had to join immense inner circle. I had to do different, circles. And when I think of it, see, God loves us. God knew where he was taking us to. Eh? So you don't be assistant Holy Spirit. Yes, you know that you want your friend to thrive. You too, you can do it. You too, you can do it. All you need to do is to sow the seeds.
mhm,
Allow the Father breathe on it. When
mhm,
it is when you are trying to push first, that is when the person would feel like, no, I don't want. But when
yeah,
you sow the seeds, like I think we had one that said it earlier, that when you sow seeds, when a seed is sown in your life, it germinates.
mhm,
It bears
mhm,
fruit. That's exactly what
mhm,
has happened. In 2020, nothing happened. It did not come alive. The thing did not, in fact, the truth was at that point, because of the season I was in, it could not even have come alive. I wasn't even in that space to even receive anything. But by the time I joined this year, I was practically soaking it in. It felt as if I felt like dried sponge that they put inside water.
mhm,
I was just soaking it in. So what Ewa wanted to achieve, what she wanted to, the evolution she wanted me to experience didn't happen in 2020, but it does not mean it still did not happen.
mhm,
In God's timing, it
mhm,
eventually did. So let us stop playing God. Yeah, let us stop playing God. You just sow the seed and allow the Father do the work. And I know there are also other dimensions to the conversation. Say your friend just put to bed, or your friend just relocated, there is a change in these things. It looks as if your relationship is not working like it used to be.
mhm,
don't don't mess up your relationship because you
mhm,
are in a current season that is not working. And this thing even also
mhm,
applies to marriage. It applies to
mhm,
marriage. This minute
yeah,
is just the two of you. Oh, we love ourselves. Yo, yo, yo. We are close. We talk every night. The next minute, you have a child. You are sleep deprived. You can't even adjust. You are finding it difficult to even have that time to talk. The next
yeah,
minute, it looks as if you guys are back together. It's life.
mm,
Just go with the flow and make the
yeah,
best of each season without making a mess of the season. That's so good.
yeah,
Go with the flow and make the best of each season without making a mess of the season. There's something I want to say. I want us to address a bit more because I saw that people, how do I put this? When I was asking, do you want to have a friend? Would you like to have a female friend and all that? I was getting responses that implied that they want to have that one friend. That's, it'd be like marriage. Like,
mhm,
Holy Spirit, help me put this question together. So there is
Mm.
this perception I have noticed about female friendships, yeah? And the perception is we are supposed to have that one friend that would be with you for the rest of your life. So just
Wow.
like us now, it's like, oh, we are here, we've done 5 years. Ah, I see eternity with you. When I grow old together, you would be by my side. I used to have that idea, to be honest. I used to feel like, ah, yes, yes, we are growing old together, we'll be friends forever. And then I started to realize that not be every time the thing they work like that. So the perception I have now is such that I love you. I love Ewa. It will be a delight for myself and Ewa to celebrate 50 years of friendship. But I am also open to God doing whatever is necessary in our individual
Mm.
lives, knowing that whether we are
Mm.
close or not close, we are individually going to achieve destiny and God will be glorified. But it took me a while to get there. And I know there are still many people who still believe, oh, you're supposed to look for that one person. It's like marriage, like that one friend that will be there for you. What's your perception? I think I should start from there because I didn't even know your perception to it. Do you feel there's supposed to be that one female friend that is supposed to do life with you and stay with you to the end of your days, or you feel life just happens? Okay, no, I think the question is, do you think people deliberately work at it to make that a reality, or you feel it's just life that makes it happen for them?
Mm. Okay. Okay. So first, I just sent you a private chat. Please let me check that out. Okay.
Like,
To so the question is whether you must have that one friend that will go with you till eternity.
uh-huh.
That would be sweet, right? I mean, everybody wants their friendship to last. Nobody wants to fall out with their friend. But like we already established, you must be you must accept that as much as you love your friend, unfortunately, it's not marriage, right? So seasons will change, even if it's that they will find their partner to get married to and then you too, right? And you don't know, we don't really know we don't have a full picture of what tomorrow would look like, what next month or next year will look like, right? So we must be open to the fact that seasons can change. And if a season changes, I mean, if you need to let go, right, for that person to thrive, for the sake of peace, so that you don't keep clashing, so that you don't keep, oh, we're trying so hard, it's not working, then we're taking offense. If what is best in that season is to just open it. So I have a friend like that currently, right? She's in a different season of her life. And we've tried to navigate it, but it's obvious that the more we try, the more dicey it is, right? And so what we've done is we've allowed each other, right? Go breathe, do what needs to be done, understand the season you are in, figure it out. I'm here, we still talk, but not as often, not as frequently, right? And I think that that's just there's a beauty in understanding and flowing with the tides, right? There are times when you need to fight for what you have, but there are times when you just need to just let it glide on the wings of the spirit and let God make of it what He wants to make of it, right? So you don't necessarily need to be hung up on one friendship. That's when it will now be like the loss of a husband or a wife. If you now lose that
Yeah.
person, it can hurt that much, and it's fine. I mean, but again, it's not marriage in that sense. You're not covenanted to each other at that level. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ewa. I would just like to add to that. It's friendship. It's not blood covenants. It is not marriage. As far as I know, I stand to be corrected, please. But as far as I know, marriage is the only institution that God designed that you people must be together
Mm,
forever. And that's why he said, I hate divorce. Like, I don't want you guys to tear apart because I know what I am building with marriage. But when it comes to friendship, it's not that intense. Now, does that mean that we should just treat our friendships anyhow and, treat it as if it's
mm,
not a priority? No. We are just saying, don't give it marriage emphasis.
Mm.
It is friendship. Allow it breathe. Allow it breathe. Yes, do your best as much as it lies within your power. The Bible says, follow peace with all men. So, yes, follow peace with all men. But
Mm.
don't now make it look as if because the person has walked out of your life
Mm.
has ended. Don't make it look
Yeah.
as if you just had a divorce. Because that was
Mm.
my experience. That was why it took me that long to heal. Because with this person, honestly, I was seeing our future. I was
Mm.
seeing our children playing together. I was seeing oh, I go for your wedding, you go for my wedding. It practically looked like I was married to this person, even though I was married to my husband. And when this person walked out, it felt as if someone died. That
Mm.
was how I experienced it.
Mm.
So it's deep, but open up your hands and
Mm-hmm.
understand that God is the one that blesses us with people. He
Absolutely.
brings people into our lives for a purpose. He brings people into our lives for a reason, for kingdom agenda. So if these people walk out of your life voluntarily, or if God takes them out of your life, because that also happens.
It
God
happens.
can tell you, babe, I am taking this person out for a reason. You may not
Yeah.
understand, but know that it is not blood covenants. So it
Mm.
doesn't have to be that deep. So the
Yeah.
summary is, as much as possible, love your friends, open up to them, enjoy the gift of friendships, but
Mm-hmm.
don't create what the Bible did not create for you people. Don't turn
Yeah.
it to marriage. If it happens that you people do 10 years together, you guys are still committed, 20, 30, awesome. Enjoy the season. But if for whatever
Yeah.
reason one person isn't able to manage it and then you guys have a fallout, like Ewa said, just wrap it nicely with a beautiful bow. It was beautiful while it lasted. We are not going to make a mess of it. If God says we are going to
Mm-hmm.
come back to it, we will come back to it and we are going to enjoy a beautiful moment together. So, last question, I will be out of here. We've been talking about nurturing friendships, how to identify a good friend, and all that. So, my question now is, what makes a good friend? What makes a good friend? I think I was sleeping when I wrote this. I think I should let me ask it this way. How do I intentionally nurture healthy female friendships? This is the last question for you. How do I intentionally nurture healthy female friendships?
Um, I think the way you nurture anything really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so just let's use the illustration of, since we'll be talking about beans. Let's continue with that illustration. if you want to plant, if you plant a bean seed, right, and you want it to
Mm-hmm.
grow, you want to reap a harvest, you want to enjoy the benefits of having a beans farm or a bean plantation, whatever it's called, right? Guess what? You're not just going to drop it in the ground and then go to sleep. No, no, no.
Yeah.
You're gonna work at it. You're going to first put it in the right soil. Um,
Mm-hmm.
gonna water it. Gonna remove the weeds,
Mm-hmm.
and you wait for it to sprout and produce.
Mm-hmm.
The same. I think we
Mm-hmm.
should apply that same principle in friendships. Any friendship that you don't intentionally water, weed, fertilize will die a natural death. Will die a natural death. And how do you water and weed and fertilize in a friendship sense? Um, you need communication, right? We already know that that's the lifeblood of every relationship. There has to be,
Mm-hmm.
and not just quantity, but also quality conversations in that friendship. There has to be, in terms of weeding, you're gonna have to have those tough conversations to remove the things that are there that you don't want to be there, right? You're going to set the boundaries. Um, that's what I see as weeding. Then you're going
As
to do
reading.
even pruning. Although they don't prune, I don't think they prune beans. It's more like they prune fruit trees mostly, or bigger shrubs and all of that. But pruning, what pruning does is you take away the weight from the tree, the unnecessary things, right? And so it must get to a
Hmm.
point that you are
Hmm.
continuously growing together and stripping that relationship of things that might have served you in the season but don't serve you in this season any longer, right? So maybe you were in a season where you could afford to do long hours of conversations, midnight calls. I hate midnight calls, but you
Mm-hmm.
could. But in this season, you know that it doesn't pay you guys. You're both, career professionals, wives, moms. We can't be sitting down talking for 5 hours. Although I used to be one guilty of this. When I call Esther like this, Esther be like, "Oh my god, when will we leave?" I will not let her leave. But we're in a season where, yes, once in a while we still have that, but not as much as we used to, right? Because we
Yeah.
recognize that we're in a different season, and we must prioritize each other's. We must. What's the word? Prioritize is not the word. We must English. We must recognize and,
Okay.
yeah, value each other's time. Let me put it like that, right? So
Yeah.
you pray the things that are excessive in this season, and then, in talking about fertilizing it, you must
Mm-hmm.
intentionally show up for your friends. And I love
Intentionally.
that about Esther. Esther is very intentional about how she shows up. She doesn't show up for all of us at the same level. She shows up for us
Yeah.
at the level that we each appreciate. And I learned that from Esther. Before I used to be, I can be very grateful, but I just saying thank you so much, thank you so much. But Esther will say thank you for this and this and this. And I've picked that from
Yeah.
her, and I think it's so important because it shows the person that I see what you did, I
I
acknowledge what you
see
did. I
what.
even understand the sacrifice that it took you, and I appreciate you. I'm truly grateful for it, right? So
Yeah.
you have to be intentional in how you shop for each friend. And sometimes it's going to be inconvenient. I was still talking with my husband recently about how, in maintaining certain relationships, you sacrifice certain things. You sacrifice time in this time where fuel is expensive. You sacrifice that fuel and go and visit the person. Sometimes you might have to travel, right, to be where the person is. Sometimes you might have to take money and send it to let that person know that I'm thinking about you, right? You must be intentional. That's how you fertilize, and that's how it's going to be. It's going to bloom into something very beautiful. If you don't do these things, you're not really interested in reaping the benefits of that friendship. That's just how I'm going to say
Mm.
it. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. So finally, your last words.
It's my last words in Jesus' name. But my last thoughts
Ah,
on this conversation.
funny enough, in my head I say last words. It's not when somebody dies. I say no, now she understands. Ewa. Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Finally,
um,
your
so
conclusion.
yeah, in conclusion,
Yeah.
the female friendships are beautiful. And take it from me, someone who was all, oh, I only do guy friendships, blah blah blah. I can't deal with female friendships. I used to be there, and now I'm here. I'm blessed with solid female friendships. And I think I must say this, that your friends don't all have to be in the same clique. You don't all have to now gather together in one clique. I have friends that don't even know
Hey,
each
network.
other in
Your
that
friends
sense.
don't what?
You
I'm
know
sorry. I'm
about
sorry. I
the.
didn't hear that.
Can you still hear me? Oh my goodness. My network. Are we back?
Your friends don't. You stop that. Your friends don't something.
You don't all necessarily have to be in the same clique, in the same circle. That, oh,
Mm.
we are now all in the same WhatsApp group. I have friends that don't even know each other, but they know about each other because if I'm talking to my friend to Cindy, she will know that I know Esther. I might mention something Esther did, all that kind of thing. They will try to know that I know this person. But they're not all in the same clique, we're not all in the same WhatsApp, and I'm not forcing everybody to come together. It's not necessary. It's not really necessary. If it happens, fantastic, great, but it's not necessary. Um, so what I was saying is that female friendships are beautiful, powerful, especially when you've chosen the right ones, solid friends. They bring they bring beauty to your life, they bring laughter to your life. But beyond that, they help you achieve destiny, right? So please don't close your heart to it. Be open and receive what the Lord wants to give to you through your female friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, Esther, for having me. It's been a pleasure doing
Oh,
almost
thank
3 hours
you.
with
Almost
you
three
here tonight.
hours.
God
My
bless
God.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Whoa. Wow. Thank you so much.
All
Sorry,
right.
you are still waving
Gonna
at
log my.
us when I
No, no,
took you
don't
out.
worry.
I'm
I'm
so
fine.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I
Thank
gotta
you
run.
so much, Ewa. I celebrate you. Thank you. Wow, that was so good. The first session was like 3 hours, and here we are again. almost hitting 3 hours. I am sorry. Is it me that talks too much, or we just have a lot of things to talk about? How has the experience been for you? It's been so much light. So there is a question in my head that I feel someone is asking, and I just want to help you tie it together. And the question is, how do I pick my friends? I feel like that's a question on someone's heart. Number one, pray about it. Pray about it. We are spirit beings. From this conversation, you've seen that we've talked about how you don't even know what you need in the future, but then God gives you that person now because of what you need in the future. And your ability to steward that friendship would help you both reap the reward in the future. So pray about it. Pray about it. Number two, be open-minded. Be open-minded. I'm very open-minded though. Be open-minded. If anybody comes into my space, I am open-minded. Yeah. Number three, heal. Heal from whatever. If you have negative mindset, if you have a faulty mindset, if you have anything, maybe trauma or whatever that may have impacted on how you see friendships, start reevaluating it so that you can be in a good place to receive God's best. Number four, be friendly. Show up for people. Be friendly. Be friendly. You can't set up walls like that of Jericho, and you expect that people will tear down the walls to come after you. No, no, only Jesus. That's only person. And yes, there are people that may attempt to do that, but make it easy for people. Why should we start running, leaping over walls and crossing seven oceans just for you? So be friendly. Number five, know your values. Know your values so that when you see people of like minds, it's easy for you to connect with them. Number six, step out. See, Ewa stepped out, we are here. Teju stepped out, we are here. And I think it's also important for me to say number eight now, know what works for you. For me, I have noticed, this is, I'm speaking for myself. I have noticed that when I go after a friend, they don't come. I don't know why. They don't stay. They don't. Maybe because I used to say, she's fine. I don't know, maybe that's why. But they don't stay. I notice they don't stay. If I when I go for conferences and I'm the one that is doing the hey, I like you. What's your name? It doesn't last. But when they come to me, I notice they stay. We can do 20 years together. Yes. Do you understand? So allow God open your eyes to see what works, but you wouldn't even know what works until you even make an attempt. So step out there, step into the ocean, step into the, which one is ocean again? Basically step out there. Yeah. And when people come to you, be open to receiving them, while of course allowing the Spirit of God help you discern. Number nine, understand that it goes beyond your emotions. There is kingdom agenda attached to it. So I'm talking specifically to Christians at this point. There is kingdom agenda attached to it. So you cannot just be emotional about your friendships. And then number 10, invest. It's an investment. Don't take your friends for granted. Don't take people for granted. Show up for them where necessary. Me, I know how I show up for people in different ways. I show up within my capacity. I don't go out of my way in a way that I'll not break my back. I'll not be feeling bad if they don't do it for me in return. No, I just do it within my capacity. I love within my capacity, but I help you see that I really do care about you. So I hope we've been able to bless you today. I hope you learned something. I hope, please, somebody is writing in the comment section telling me. I think I am the only one right now. So let me just close up and go home. I just want to say thank you so much, everybody. It's been an amazing time. We have finally come to the end of the Girl Code conference, and wow, so much light, so much insight, and I am just super grateful. Thank you so much for joining us. Navigating female friendship was a success. I think I can say was, and I think I can also say it was a success, because obviously, when you spend almost 6 hours talking about one topic, you definitely must have done something right. Again, my name is Counselor Esther Sholari. Awesome. Thank you, Teju, for sticking with me to the end. I know it's night time. I know tomorrow is Sunday, so I really get it. But I just wanted us to really express and talk and, just trash what needs to be trashed. If you have questions, you can write it right after the comment section, right after the live has ended. I would respond to it as much as I can. Follow me on Instagram at the Global Esther. Oh, thank you, Otto. I love you. Follow me on Instagram at the Global Esther. Follow me where again? Book your professional counseling sessions at www.imolecounseling.com. Join our community at www.marriagenet. I think I'm tired. Marriageworthy.net. Oh my God. Once again, a stationary signing out. I love you. I celebrate you. I look forward to hearing from you. I would love to hear your feedback. Please, I spent 6 hours. You have no idea the amount of time that it took us behind the scene to get this ready for you. So please give me your feedback. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. I celebrate you. Have a beautiful night. Bye. Bye bye. Oh, and I forgot. Subscribe. Yes, please click the subscribe button and also do well to share this video to your loved ones. Let them watch it. Yeah, the friends you feel you've disconnected from, share it with them. Let them watch it. Bye. Finally, bye bye. Oh my God.